Season 6 para mag-champion ka?
Sa akin yung Omega kasi sila yung tumalo sa amin nung last season tsaka yung ngayon din. Yung wala kaming talo, sila na naman tumalo sa amin.
EJ, paano ka nag-prepare ngayong playoffs?
Nagpe-prepare kami, kumukuha kami ng mga scrim sa ibang bansa, ganun, sa Indo, then kakalabanin namin. Kasi sa PH, medyo parang sila na yung pinakamalakas talaga, wala nang makaharap. So talagang umaano kami sa ibang bansa. Doon kami kumukuha ng ibang meta.
Carl, sino yung team na gusto mong makatapat? Kung wala championship na to, grand finals na. Sino yung gusto mong makatapat doon?
Gusto ko matapat yung aura kasi sila yung back-to-back champion.
Ikaw, Ribo, sinong gusto mong makatapat doon sa finals?
NXP. Mas sikat kasi sila kaya pag dinurog namin, malalaos agad sila.
Sakto na lang, Ribo. Pwede mo namang sabihin kung sino yung top 3 players na nag-perform ngayong season, tingin mo?
Sa top 3 ko, yung pinaka-top 1 talaga doon si Chester. Siya yung consistent talaga maglaro. Laging papatay ng papatay. Tapos top 2 ko si Lasty.
Ba't ako?
Siya daw pinakamagaling mag-tank sabi niya.
Totoo yan, totoo. Legit.
Tapos top 3 ko si Carl. Magaling sana kaso sobrang tamad.
Para sa'yo, Few, siyempre sa BREN Esports. This is your second season sa BREN Esports. Gano'n ka-importante para sa organization mo na makuha at mag-champion dito sa MPL?
Kasi nung last season parang ini-expect nila na makuha namin yung champion kasi nga top 1 kami sa regular season. Tapos ngayong season siguro mas ini-expect nila kasi mga 2-0 na yung mga score namin . So tatry namin yung best namin para makamit namin yung championship ngayon.
Tanongin ko dito si Carl TC. Kung makakausap mo tong trophy na to, ano yung sasabihin mo?
Trophy, dyan ka lang. Ngayong season kukunin na kita.
Angas-angas.
Kung hindi alam ng mga viewers natin, may mga 3 nag-champion na rin dito. Kaya ba, may gusto kayo sabihin?
Yung sa trophy, dyan ka lang. Makukuha ka na namin 6. Lahat makukuha ka na namin ng BREN Esports. Babalik ka na ulit sa amin.
Sige, for one last time, gusto kong kausapin yung mga fans nyo, magpasalamat kayo, or kung may gusto mo na kayo sabihin sa mga fans, pati na rin sa mga katapat nyo sa playoffs.
And sa mga kalaban namin sa playoffs, maganda kayo kasi mas paghahandaan namin kayo, hindi na kami mag-choke sa playoffs. Tapos sa mga fans, salamat sa mga sumusuporta palagi, kahit minsan natatalo kami, nandiyan pa rin kayo.
Sa mga kalaban namin sa playoffs, ready na kayo. Dudurugin namin kayo. Kaya sa fans namin, kahit natalo kami ng isang beses, nandyan pa din kayo sumusuporta sa amin. Maraming salamat.
Sa mga sumusuporta sa BREN, dyan lang kayo.
Sa mga kalaban namin sa playoffs, pagandaan nyo kami. Sana next play agad para laglag agad yung mga EI sa MPL. Tapos sa mga sumusuporta sa amin, dyan lang kayo dudurugin namin next play kung sila matapat.
Sa sumusuporta sa BREN Esports, maraming salamat. And wag sana kayo magsawang sumuporta sa amin. Ayun lang.
That's been BREN Esports, the best teams dun sa MPL Season 6 regular season. At kaya na ba nilang mag-champion this time? Abangan natin yan sa playoffs.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
I was building on the lecture.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield.
Working on applying the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The crease cut freeze up straight drop for the kill. Taking out the pieces and shares. A ball break sky high. Check the movement is here. Yeah, it's one shot. Now the future is yours. Go. One shot. Now the future is yours. Go.
Legendary.
At nagbabalik ang MPL-PH Season 6 Playoffs. Mabuhay kayong lahat. And of course, to everyone watching from all around the world, welcome. We'd like to thank our sponsors before we get on with the show. Thank you so much to our telecom partners, Smart. Squad up, rank up, and keep up with your favorite teams as Smart powers up your game with free games for all. Get up to 14 gig for Mobile Legends and Facebook Gaming for 7 days. Simply download the new GigaLife app and choose free games. Thank you as well to Realme, our official sponsor. The Realme 7 series is now available nationwide. Join the revolution and own the fastest charging smartphone in the country. Like and follow Realme on social media to know more. Thanks as well to our official sponsor, Gillette. Get free diamonds with purchase of Gillette's Mach 3 Razor, Vector 3 Razor, and Blue 3 Simple Force Pack in select Pure Gold doors nationwide. Thank you to our partner in esports, PayMaya. Get free 50 pesos credits from PayMaya when you download and register using the code MLBB. Terms and conditions apply. Thank you to our partner in esports, TikTok Live. You can watch the playoffs via TikTok, kaya download na. And of course, thank you to our official gaming headset partner, Logitech G, here like a pro. And of course, the MPL-PH Season 6 Playoffs is powered by Moonton. We have an event breaking out after the grand finals on October 26th to November 13. It's a happy Halloween trick or treat, pero puro treats lang ito. Do the activities, log in, and you can get your free Terizla skin. It's that simple. Once more, thank you so much. MPL is powered by Moonton. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the panelist desk. My name is Leo, joined here by Chin Valdez and Paolo Expert.
Actually, Chintizi na tayo.
Chintizi, right. We need to get that worked out. But, that aside, this next matchup is going to be a big one. All right? Possibly the closest we can get today. Because arguably, I think, between Execration and Omega versus BREN and ONIC, parang ito yung hindi ko talaga masabi.
Ito talaga yung 50-50 talaga eh. Di mo alam. Lalo na pag naglaro yung ONIC, katulad ng ginawa nila kahapon against Aura.
Kung naglaro yung BREN, parang ginawa nila sa next play.
That too, okay.
It's both 3-0s.
Yes, yes.
And these two teams, they have been here and they've been chasing the gold for quite a while. Black and yellow, you know what it is. And they have champions within their ranks. No? You have Jay and Rio for ONIC.
Yes.
And then you have Coach Ducky from Indonesia.
M1.
As well as Few and Ribo. Lusty as well. And Carltizi as SEA Games competitors.
Team Cebol.
It's crazy. So this is as good as it gets for Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Whether you're talking about hype, you're talking about narrative, you're talking about technicalities. But that aside, what are you expecting from these matchups? I'll be asking you that after we introduce our teams. First up, let's meet ONIC PH. All for ONIC. Parang iba ang, no pun intended, aura ng ONIC this season.
Oh.
Especially coming from the group of death, Group B, they were relatively successful going into the playoffs and even in the playoffs slaying their eternal rival.
Yeah. Hindi ko in-expect yung 3-0 kahapon talaga.
Right? Paolo, what do you think it is? Is it off of a single player or is it like just they're all just popping off altogether?
For some reason, they were all on the same page kahapon talaga.
Sobra.
Si Wise, like instead of just, farming usually, he was actually aggressive and making plays. Yun talaga yung nagbago doon. Si Jay, napaka-confident niya maglaro. Nire-recallan niya nga yata kahapon yung mga kalaban niya eh. Oo. Si
Tinatambay na nga lang
oo.
niya sa base.
Oo.
Diba?
Si Dillard naman, he showed superiority on his offlane, matchups. Nanalo siya on all his matchups.
Yep. And I like how Iaknu has just grown as a player from season 4 where we first met him up until today. I'm not sure kung sino ang nagbigay sa kanya ng moniker na Kingslayer, pero parang pag may inutos ang Reyna na si Umay Venus, talagang gagawin ni Iaknu. I don't doubt it. When you tell Iaknu to do something on the map, he's your guy. That's what I'm seeing right now from this version of ONIC PH. And of course, Basic just seems to just fit in.
Yeah.
Parang pasok na pasok eh. I don't know what it is, but their loss of Fuzakin in this season seems to just fly by, and it's paying off.
Right.
Chin, how do you compare this ONIC to the previous ONICs? What's new? What's different? I can't put a finger on it.
Actually, for me, feeling ko it's the same ONIC, but it's like it's a whole another level of ONIC. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Kasi like kahit kahapon, you don't see individual players moving around the map. Hindi. Like you can actually see like an entire unit. Like if something is happening here, may dahilan eh kung bakit nangyayari yun doon. If something is happening here, kung apat sila nandito, kumbaga everything was synchronized. Tapos, I don't know, I guess Aura wasn't able to handle it.
Yeah. I really do think that ONIC PH has grown out of their older spells. They seem to have refined themselves to this level, and maybe they're gonna go for gold this season. We'll see. They have to go through their opponents though, and these guys, when I say gold, they mean gold. This is BREN Esports. I'd like to start by apologizing. I forgot that EJ is also a champion. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but Lusty also is a gold medalist.
You did, yep.
And Flapsy is just living his best life. All right? Ganun kalupit ang BREN Esports. Like, everyone has, like, the biggest accolades, except for the rookie of the year on FlapTZ. And he's just riding it out like he belongs. And he does. All right? This set of 6 talents here, young men, led by Coach Ducky, is as stacked as it gets.
Yeah, this
Right?
team is pretty stacked.
They slayed the group stage. And again, if you'll notice, Few is the only Savage in the season. Of course,
with Carl also.
Lancelot
ni
Savage
Carl.
yesterday, yes.
There you go. So, that's updated. Carl recently hit a Savage yesterday. Same team.
Same
Oh,
team.
man.
Kumbaga, only BREN. In the whole season, BREN lang.
Only BREN is the strong one.
Di baka mamaya baka FlapTZ naman next.
It's a race. It seems like these guys enable each other. Parang the culture of excellence just kind of rubs off on each member, right? But that aside, let's talk about tangibles. Paolo, what makes BREN Esports BREN Esports?
So, the reason na napakagaling ng BREN Esports is they always know their win condition. Okay? There's at one point of the series yesterday versus next play at game number 3, nakakala ng mga tao na, game 3, NXP actually has a chance of getting one against BREN. Pero that is not the case, okay? The win condition is to get to late game and then capitalize off that.
And they always do. They
They
figure
always
it out.
do. And also to add one more thing, okay? They actually took advantage of Renegay's habits. Na-notice ko to eh. Si Renegay kasi mahilig siyang mag-camp sa bush, di ba? For an ambush with the Cho. But they were always ready for it. Kasi yung Selena nga nabigay and it was giving vision knowing where all of Next Play's members are at all times.
Yep. So who's to say na hindi nila na-scout out ang offlaner dito ng ONIC?
Right.
Or even Venus. I mean, you don't know how deep the research of one Coach Ducky could go. But that's not the count out, Coach Rio. Actually, you know what? We'll let the teams talk for themselves. Let's hear what they have to say about this matchup.
Kamusta naman ang journey sa MPL Season 6?
So hello Sir Wolf, thank you for that wonderful question. So about the journey of ONIC-PH this Season 6, I would say na mas mahirap siya compared nung journey namin nung Season 4 and Season 5. Dahil yung Season 6 ngayon is mas bigger na siya compared sa mga nakaraang season. And also yung mga kalaban ngayon is mas malalakas na and mas mauutak na compared before. Kaya mapapansin nyo yung journey namin from week 1 is medyo hindi kami stable and medyo nahihirapan kami mag-adjust. But despite nung mga na-experience namin this past few weeks, masabi kong mas nakaka-adapt na kami.
Kamusta naman yung journey ng BREN Esports dito sa MPL Season 6?
And okay naman yung journey namin ngayong MPL Season 6 na patapos na yung regular season. Kahit may bago kaming player na si Flap TZ, okay pa rin naman yung mabilis namin nakuha yung chemistry namin. Kita nyo naman sa results ng mga laban namin.
Okay, Wise. Paano kayo nagpe-prepare ngayon para sa playoffs?
Ginagawa namin is double or triple effort talaga. Lalo ngayon na nabanggit ng captain namin na lahat malakas na kalaban namin. Ngayon kasi may ano na kami, management na tumutulong sa amin kung ano yung mga dapat namin gawin.
EJ, paano kayo nag-prepare ngayong playoffs?
Nagpe-prepare kami, kumukuha kami ng mga scrim sa ibang bansa, ganun, sa Indo, then kakalabanin namin. Kasi sa PH, medyo parang sila na yung pinakamalakas talaga, wala nang makaharap. So talagang umaano kami sa ibang bansa. Doon kami kumukuha ng ibang meta.
Venus, what does it mean para sa ONIC-PH na maging champion this season?
After being back-to-back first placer from Season 4 and Season 5, and yung expectations namin ng mga tao ngayon is mas doble na. So winning Season 6 means everything para mapatunayan namin na talagang kaya namin. Mapatunayan namin sa mga taong dumuda sa amin na hindi namin kaya.
Para sa'yo, Few, syempre sa BREN Esports, this is your second season sa BREN Esports. Gano'n ka-importante para sa organization mo na makuha at mag-champion dito sa MPL?
Kasi nung last season parang itong ine-expect nila na makuha na namin yung champion kasi nga top 1 kami sa regular season. Tapos ngayong season siguro mas ine-expect nila kasi mga 2-0 na yung mga score namin . So tatry namin yung best namin para makamit namin yung championship ngayon.
Sige, for one last time, gusto kong hingin namin yung gusto nyo sabihin sa fans ninyo at sa mga makakatapat nyo sa playoffs.
Thank you sa mga sumusuporta sa ONIC-PH. Sana supportahan niyo kami hanggang sa dulo. Sa mga susunod naming laban, maraming salamat sa inyo. Sa mga kalaban namin, maganda na kayo.
Sa sumusuporta sa BREN Esports, maraming salamat. And wag sana kayo magsawang sumuporta sa amin. Ayun lang.
I still can't make ends of it. 50-50 pa rin siya .
Oo.
Looking at how confident these players are in these two teams, that definitely as much as each other deserve that slot. Not just the grand finals, but the title itself. Feeling ko talaga parang, I don't know.
They mentioned, di ba, na parang they're expecting BREN to win this time kasi denominate talaga nila yung regular season. Sunod-sunod na yung 2-0. Tapos parang we describe BREN and ONIC na medyo similar. Parang ONIC did something na parang they built themselves up para maging parehas . Like, kung ano yung mga sinabi natin about ONIC kanina, yun din yung gusto ko sabihin about BREN . Talagang as one unit talaga sila gumagalaw, very synchronized.
They played the same way. They built each other up the same way,
right?
While being in the same group. Do you see how impossible that is?
Exactly.
Right? It's essentially the unstoppable object. The unstoppable force facing an immovable object.
So, yesterday, pareha sila nag 3-0.
Yes.
3-0 yung ONIC, tapos 3-0 din yung BREN. Feeling ko today, makakita na tayo ng 6-0.
You know what? That's impossible, but we'll see how the stats play out. I mean, in our minds, sobrang hirap intindihin, no? Kung paano nga ba may matatalo dito. Who's gonna get the better of it? But the numbers will show us how BREN has more average KDA, how BREN has a higher win rate, amazing, close to 100 as it gets. But it looks like, ito yung sasabi mo, Chin, how they're so synchronized. First blood counts, higher on the side of ONIC. Just by a little bit.
Yeah.
But against a team like BREN Esports, it might be that small difference. Pero gusto kong pansinin dito, yung average team net worth difference. Paolo, you explained this in the first series. The smaller this is, the less you play closer to your opponents. So this shows that BREN Esports, they dominated most of their matchups.
Yes, they almost always dominate their matchup, which is the good thing about BREN. So sa ONIC naman, most of their games will be a very close game that leads to late game. Kaya medyo mababa. Well, it's not super low compared to last time, but it's still low compared to BREN at least.
Not just that, kahit yung match win rate nila, kung makikita nyo, first is BREN, second ang ONIC.
Second highest.
Second highest. But yung difference ng percentage nila is huge.
Yeah.
That's 92% to 76%.
Close to 20.
Yeah. So parang that says something about how BREN has been playing this season talaga na hindi lang kami number 1, iiwanan namin kayo. Like, if you're number 2, we'll leave you behind at number 2.
But then again, ONIC is always different in the playoffs.
Exactly.
ONIC playoff mode is insane.
Yes.
They always show up in the playoffs.
Yes, and they proved it yesterday.
Yes.
They showed us that last season's champions, actually last season's champions as well, our rivals were done.
Right,
It's the end of an era, ONIC-PH. Let's put a period on that. It's a new age, all right? Here's a couple more stats for you guys to number crunch. Turtle control rate higher on the side of BREN. More lords by just 0.01 decimals para sa BREN. So, close to 50-50. Same with unique hero picks. Nakalamang lang ng isa ang BREN. But, when you look at top hero picks, dito tayo nagkakaiba. They favor different heroes all in all.
Right. Actually, we just mentioned it naman, pero ONIC in the playoffs is totally different. Ganito yung numbers because of regular season.
Yes, mostly from the regular season,
so, iba like feeling ko hindi ito yung, this is not the same ONIC from regular season, di ba? Like Pao just mentioned, this is playoffs ONIC. So parang, I don't know what to expect.
Playoffs ONIC, you can say, is like an X factor, no?
Right.
It's something you can't see in the stats.
Right.
Katulad ng kahapon, 'di ba? Si Mamshi Venus 'yan. Naglabas ng Eudora. And they actually since they won 3-0, most of their drafts were similar from game number 1 and 2. So wala silang kailangan i-adjust. Walang kailangan i-adjust si Coach Rio. It just depends on, who counters who. Which hero counters who. So yeah, that's something I want to point out. And dito sa unique hero picks actually, I was surprised that BREN is only ahead by 1.
Well, they're actually always gonna be at 1-1. Like, same in difference because yesterday you mentioned linabas ang Eudora ni Madame Oh My Venus. The Queen brings out the lightning, but he dipped his hands in some cold water there. Linabas niya ang kadita. So it's just +1+1.
+1+1.
Right? But looking at their last game history, we're going all the way back to season 5, a season after the debut of ONIC-PH in the MPL. ONIC seems to have figured out BREN then. But the times that they met here in season 6, again, this is a whole new another BREN as well. Pero yun nga playoffs ONIC or regular season BREN?
But you know what, tawag dito, ever since ONIC stepped into the MPL, BREN never made it to the grand finals. Did you realize that? Ever since ONIC stepped into the MPL, they never got into the
Kasi
grand finals.
ONIC ang nag-grand finals.
Yes.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah, that's one fun fact.
Yes, but these facts, these historical trends, nagbabago na sila. We already started making history today.
Yes.
Omega moved up into the finals. That's
time.
already a huge change. Could the same be said here in this matchup right now? Once more, it's BREN Esports versus ONIC-PH. Nakakatakot isipin eh. Sa totoo lang, like how much this matchup will change the course of history for the rest of, the MPL-PH's life. And let's try to dissect a little bit of their lineups real quick before we go into the head-to-head for their captains. Both teams very capable of the 1-2-2.
Yes, I think so. Yes, they're capable of 1-2-2. Lalo na, actually, pag pinasok nila sa basic. Because Basic's hero pool right now, it actually matches with the current patch.
It's perfect.
They could put Wise in the mage support, they could put Madame Venus on the tank, and the offlane stays the same.
That means Jay sits out.
Yes.
But for now, let's take a look at these two team captains, the Queen, Oh My Venus, versus Few. El Capitan, gold medalist, MPL champion. What else needs to be said? 3.96 versus 4.01, sobrang lapit. Same amount of heroes used, close to the same amount of MVP counts, and they play in the same role, shot caller, mid support. This is as close as it gets.
Yes, these players are like the pillars of each team. Pag wala kayong shot caller, malilito talaga kayo kung anong gagawin ng team nyo. So, napaka-importante ni Venus sa ONIC and Few sa BREN. Okay? Ang nakikita ko lang diferensya dito from Venus and Few is Few specializes more in assassin supports.
Right.
Instead of, si Venus more on like utility support.
And Venus has a few more tanks.
Yes.
Then Few, I have a question for you, Chin.
Yes,
this is super
yes.
important. We're gonna go with deep cuts here. We're gonna go
Okay.
dive into the history of these players. You've known Few from way back.
Yeah, from way back.
Way back. What's new with this man here?
Actually, kasi maski dati pa, very aggressive talaga siya dati. Aside from that, alam mo yung ginagawa nung nakaraan ni H2O with his Ling, that really deep cut sa lane, yung lalagpasan niya lahat.
Yes.
I've already seen that with Fuse Fanny dati sa MSC1.
It's a younger Few.
Yeah, I've already seen that before. Kumbaga, ano na yun yung mga ginagawa today, nagawa na niya, even dati pa, from years ago pa. So, I don't know what to actually expect from him now. Kasi ang bilis din niya mag-evolve. Like from way back then, siya yung assassin nila.
Yes.
And then ngayon, he's now
Support?
the mage support.
Mid? Yeah.
Kumbaga, from being a shooting guard, baba siya ngayon ng point guard. It's completely different role.
And he's just as good.
Yeah, just as good.
On your screens now, the lane predictions, how we expect these teams to deploy their players. Wise in mid. Oh My Venus, of course, in mid as well. Trying to make an 8-figure around the map, the river, to make sure that Dilar and Yakno get the best of their lanes, while Jay as well roams as their tank. Halos 2 years na rin nilang ginagawa to eh. This is the trademark ONIC. But, Paolo, I gotta ask you, if Basic were to come in, anong mababago ulit? Let's think about that possibility.
Ang magbabago dito is si Basic most likely will go to the mid lane since a bunch of his hero pool will be assassins. So those usually go to mid lane. Wise can also play marksman. Nakita naman natin yun. Pati si Iakno, actually, he's capable
Yes.
of using marksman.
Iakno was on a Granger
Yes.
in that game 4 moment. Alam nyo na yun, guys.
Kaya fit talaga dito si Basic. Katulad ng ginawa ng Blacklist, right? They put out and Jay has to sit out.
Yeah, so I think we've seen that from seasons prior. Jay switching out with the Kingmaker, Fuzakin, right, when he was around on Onyx side. But for BREN Esports, this is what we can expect. Flapteezy, an offlaner at heart. You have Lusty, Mr. Heart Stealer, Mr. Showstopper. Karamihan ng mga naalala kong tank na nagnanakaw ng Lord is from Lusty.
Yung Grok
Because of the Grok.
Yes, from Season 3.
Yes.
Ever since Season 3. You have Few in mid, Carteezy, of course, the core prodigy, and Rebo in the gold lane. You know what I love about Rebo? He is so versatile, and he is so well-adjusted to whatever meta and whatever BREN Esports has to offer. Umalis yung mga katropa niya, he's literally with new dudes. Si EJ na lang yata. Si EJ na lang yata. Natitira.
Yes.
At nandito pa rin si Rebo. Right? Jim,
Yes.
tell us about the evolution of one Rebo.
Feel ko dahil matagal na rin siya nandito, like kasabayan niyan sila Few eh. Like from before pa.
While he was in the other team.
Right. So magkalaban pa sila noon. At tapos magkasama rin sila pumunta sa very first MSC.
Mhm.
Yan. So kung saan nag-champion din sila, sila Rebo.
Yes.
Yung nag-champion din sa MSC 1. So like few, na I already mentioned na sobrang nag-transform, sobrang nag-grow, na who now plays utility support. Itong si Rebo din, I'm pretty sure na it's the same story. Nag-transform na rin and he can play probably all roles na rin. I think few also din naman can play all roles din. So, pwede na rin tayong magpasok dito at ng possibility of a 1-2-2 maybe.
Yeah, and you have to give the marksman to Rebo this
Yes,
time.
yes.
Not really calling in EJ, that's another story, but we can consider that. Now, looking at the keys to victory, you can expect an Indo-style Bren draft. You have ONIC play confidently, ride that playoff mode ONIC. You can prioritize drafting for Venus because, again, the queen is the heart of ONIC PH. Have Dilar dominate his lane and, of course, utilize basic if things get tricky. Ano ibig sabihin nun? When do things get tricky?
So, let's say Bren gets a 2-0, right? Gets ahead 2-0. If they really have no choice, last resort na tong sa basic para masurpresa ang Bren, okay? Doon naman sa first point na nakalagay, expect Indo-style Bren.
Yes, elaborate.
About that, yung Bren kasi, yung scrimmage partner nila are mostly Indos, Indo teams. Sinabi naman ni EJ sa interview nila. That's why their draft and their play style will be really similar to Indo. So, ONIC needs to expect that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's it.
I'm pretty sure ONIC is expecting that as much as well, given that they have brothers in their mother company offshore, right? So let's look at BREN Esports now. What are their keys to victory? Keep controlling the draft. So it's a battle between Rio and Coach Ducky. As well, exploit Venus hero pool, given that the Queen does prefer supports. If you force her onto a tank, things might get shaky, or vice versa. Carteezy on playmaking heroes. Ano nga ba ang number one playmaking hero ni Carteezy?
Well, we saw yesterday it was Lancelot.
The numbers say Lancelot.
Yeah, Lancelot. And any assassin, to be honest with you, nung nakuha niya yung Leomord, medyo naglay low siya. But it was still effective. I'm not saying yung Leomord ni Carteezy is weak at all. It is still super strong. So yeah, that's one way, I guess, for ONIC to take advantage of.
ONIC to,
for Bren, sorry.
Yes,
For Bren
to take advantage of it against ONIC.
Yes, against
There
ONIC.
you go. And of course, you can use your team's flexibility. Again, kung saan-saang role na nanggaling itong mga player ng BREN Esports. And of course, conquer the vision game. As a core, how important is vision?
Kasi, I think I mentioned also, I think yesterday I mentioned na si Carteezy yung unang nagpakita, well sa akin at least, nagpakita sa akin na he has this ability to see that weakness thread.
Weakness thread?
Okay, it's a weakness thread. Kung saan naman, may ability siya na parang may malasyaringgan siyang mata. Nakikita niya kung saan dapat yung target niya. Okay? So, to enhance that, if we have map control, if we have map vision pala, rather, mas ma-maximize niya yun. Makikita niya kagad yung target niya. The time it would take for him to find that weakness thread would be much less. Mas mabilis niya ma-carry out yung trabaho niya.
So, his game sense, we'll call it game sense, yung weakness thread na yan, no? Like, to hunt people.
Yes. Actually, like they called it back then in Season 2 was selective targeting.
There you go.
Like, very, very precise na ito dapat yung tatamaan ko. Rekta, yan lang ang tatamaan ko.
And you said Season 2, right?
Season 2, yes.
Season 2. And this was before the height of Carteezy.
Yes.
Baby boy pa si Carteezy nun.
Baby pa siya nun.
Oo, prodigy pa siya nun.
Siya yung pinaka-baby nun.
Yes, but now, look where he is. He's on top of the world. And because of that, ladies and gentlemen, this matchup is super hard to read. But I'm hoping that we get what we deserve. And of course, for the fans of both BREN Esports and ONIC PH, ispam nyo na yan. Hashtag BREN lang malakas. Hashtag all for ONIC. They need your support. The game begins now.
Hi guys, I'm Kayla Heredia, also known as K-Bear, and I'm inviting all of you to come and support ONIC PH.
Go ONIC!
Go Team ONIC!
Hashtag all for ONIC.
Hashtag all for ONIC.
Hashtag go ONIC.
Hashtag BREN lang malakas.
Suportang MPL, BREN lang ang malakas.
BREN lang malakas.
Hashtag BREN lang malakas.
Suportang MPL, hashtag BREN lang malakas.
And welcome back, ladies and gents. This is Game 1 for BREN Esports versus ONIC PH. My eyes are being flashed by yellow. And an overlay, absolutely. It's going to be a yellow day. Well, actually, seeing your hair, it's actually kind of yellow as well. So, I'm having a much harder time. I understand. But we are going to be your casters. I'm your analyst, Butters. He's your anchor, and you should be getting it. Okay, that's I'm the your ball to you. anchor, Rockhart, and we'll be taking you through this matchup of ONIC PH versus BREN Esports. Now, this has been heavily discussed earlier by our panel, and they completely they can't make up their minds. Yeah, absolutely. Clearly, now these two teams are somewhat kind of equal. I mean, BREN Esports, they've been showing us that, yeah, we're the strongest team right now, blah, 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 yada, 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 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, everything. They are very skillful. They have mastery over their tactics. But the thing is, for ONIC PH, they didn't have the smoothest sailing season ever for them. That's true. But the thing is, what matters most is how you finish the season. And right now, these two teams, they have the opportunity and the capability to end this strong. Remember, it's not about how you do in the regular season that's gonna make you champion in the playoffs. It's more on the idea of how you adjust to this cutthroat playoffs. Yep, all of these stats, they don't matter as much. Yeah. I mean, they're here to give us a bit of an oversight. Yeah. Of maybe gauge our teams, but those stats, they're out the window. Especially considering the performance that we've seen from ONIC in the past, the past few days. There are players that sometimes when you are put in more pressure, the more you perform. Yeah. Those things happen. Those things happen, ladies and gentlemen. And the playoff, of course, the playoff ONIC, like our panel said, is absolutely different compared to what we have in the regular season. Regular season, they look like they're kind of on a 50-50. Venus actually said it, right? He absolutely said it right there that we've made some mistakes. We are not perfect. Yeah. Right? And it was rocky, but they ended the season strong. And yesterday, they ended it very quickly as well.
They defeated the only obstacle that got in their way for Season 4 and Season 5 from claiming that championship berth. And you know what? Getting the championship means everything right now for ONIC PH. Remember, you see players crying, you see players, having an emotional moment after being eliminated from the tournament, from the semifinals or the quarterfinals. But remember, nothing hurts more when you're there in front of the championship and someone takes the opportunity of racing that championship from your hands. That is the most painful thing that you can do to competitive players like these.
Yep, that championship, and now that there's no kryptonite,
yeah,
for ONIC, is gonna be a different story.
Yeah,
that's what everyone who's watching right now are waiting for. And on the other side, it's BREN Esports, so scary as ever. I mean, yesterday they also showed us how dominant they can be, and against a young, hotshot team like NXP, they showed us we are a team to be feared.
Yeah, and as we head on right now to our very first draft, it's going to be BREN Esports versus ONIC PH. As you can see, Rio is there, and a lot of these blankets looking cool. Looking cool for the side of ONIC PH.
Maybe it's gonna give them the superhero powers that they need. Who knows? It's a possibility, right? And,
yeah. And as you can see, they are here in the MPL studio.
That's right. We can basically reach out to them and grab them if we wanted
and,
to. But we won't do that.
Remember, guys, we gave them
options.
We gave them options.
Yes.
Like we gave every team in the MPL the option to,
play in the studio.
And so that's basically one less reason for everyone to,
Yeah. So-
connectivity should not be a problem anymore.
So if it was offered to them, then that means you shouldn't be having problems if you turn it down. If you have problems after that, it's on you.
It's on you, right?
It's on you, okay?
And so far, I think the playoffs has been a lot cleaner compared to the last weeks of the regular season. Oh my gosh, war flashbacks.
I mean, right now, when we were there, we were casting that.
We didn't have a choice,
We
right?
did- Well, we didn't have a.
I mean, we didn't have a choice to
Yeah.
about the connectivity.
Yeah, we didn't have a good time.
Yeah.
But looking back at it now, as we are in day 3, and tomorrow we will be ending the MPL season 6. It's actually a good memory now. It's all a good memory
It's really
now.
funny when you think
Yeah.
about it.
Well, thank you for making this possible, Moonton. By the way, I know
And that
you guys.
was,
yeah, I know you guys are watching.
For sure.
BREN Esports, ONIC-PH. Let's look at their draft. They banned out 3 heroes here.
Yep,
It's going to be a
absolutely.
Roger, an Alice, and a Natalia. Onto the side of ONIC-PH, it's going to be Selena, Lance, and the Uranus.
I really like that. Much respect for the Lancelot of Carl Tizzy. And of course, Selena. This is one hero pick that it always boggles my mind. This doesn't get banned out against BREN Esports. And not giving that to Few just boosted ONIC's chance in getting this. Now, there's still a lot of options. It's very difficult to completely ban out the hero lineup of Few here. But again, without the Selena, man, that's just one free win that was denied from BREN Esports, I think. It's almost all ascertains a win. So, ONIC has been doing their homework here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You have to be very careful into just controlling whatever there is to control onto the side of BREN Esports right now. And for them, they got a lot of their favorite heroes. And you know what? For BREN, they are really putting Carl Z on that assassin role right now.
Yep, absolutely. They locked it in right away. They don't want to deal with anything else. The Barrats is open for ONIC-PH, and they will pick it up. And again, Wise back on the Yi Sun-shin. He's been having such a fun time on that hero. So I'm thinking ONIC is getting the heroes that they want in this draft. From the looks of it, especially when you see them react, they look like they got it. They got what they want.
Yeah. And these are very I don't know. I haven't seen ONIC-PH play that Barrats in the MPL, but you know what? I think if they pick it, they see something in it. But Wise, this is his ever trusty hero, Yi Sun-shin.
Your team is banning.
Ever trusty hero.
Yep. It works well for Wise. Now we're on the bans. Valir is out. Eudora ban. That's a first if I've ever seen one. First time Eudora ban. BREN Esports were watching yesterday when Oh My Venus picked it up for 2 games out of 3. And it netted them a free 0. Although BREN Esports is very capable of also handling that hero, the support role is still going to be contested in this last Twitch rotation.
You know what? I'm excited on how this BREN Esports Esmeralda lineup is gonna go. Because as we all know, Lap is just a monster on the Esmeralda. And you know what? I like the Eudora ban. Like, you have to take into consideration that Oh My Venus is going to pick it.
Eudora is actually just disgustingly
team
strong
is
right now,
banning.
I think. And our pro players have shown that it is true. It is a fact. Kadita
Your team
still
is
has
picking.
also been shown to be a possible pick for these teams. Kadita is a very underrated pick for a lot of the other teams of MPL-PH, but these 2 teams are the possible teams to pick that hero up. So strong. It destroyed games in MPL Indonesia. And it's probably going to do the same if it gets picked up here.
But remember, we are not the same as Indonesia, though.
Exactly.
We have hero picks that don't work in Indonesia.
Oh, but they already picked it, so
Yeah.
they can pick it up if they want to.
I mean, right now, if we were gonna stick with MPL Indonesia, someone's not gonna pick. Well, no one's gonna pick the Hilda.
Yeah, the Hilda's gonna be out for sure.
Yeah, they don't like the Hilda.
Except Jay likes that.
Jawhead.
And they're gonna go for the Jawhead, yeah.
Jawhead's great. Jawhead's a
So-
great pickup.
I don't think right now Hilda is the right option for the side of BREN Esports.
Yeah,
I think a Kufra would be good.
Mm-hmm. Open Kufra, Lusty is so well in tune with that hero, and he can do some miracle plays here. Still on the chopping board, so many tank picks available, and it's rare for Lusty to have a lot of tank picks. It's weird. He's just given so much freedom these days, especially because of the bans on so many priority heroes on the side lane, and the support.
Okay, so it's going to be
Khaled
Yu Zhong
or Yu Zhong. Okay,
and
there you go.
a Lu Yi.
Is picking.
Okay.
This is not familiar. This is
okay,
not very familiar, but are we gonna see a flying teleporting dragon? I mean, that's something that's rocking on my mind right now.
Well, it could be a possibility.
Yep.
I mean, getting that full duration dragon onto in
Oh
front
my
of someone.
gosh. Let's do it.
Because sometimes the dragon will be used on the outskirts of the fight.
For the engage.
For the engage.
For the long jump.
For the long
right?
jump. That you don't really, get it to work for you for the
For the
longest
fight.
time. For
you
the
can't
fight.
use it for damage.
There are some seconds there that is going to be wasted
For
but
flying.
you know what? While channeling it, diversion could be there.
I really want to see that. I really want to see this happen. Rafaela, very staple pick for Oh My Venus.
Oh, so this is, I think that Rafaela will give BREN Esports a hard time.
Yep.
Seeing that most of them are melee.
A lot of them need to come up close. Even their mage, this Esmeralda, it needs to be so up close and personal before you can do any damage. I really think that this is going to be this is going to be a coin toss for me. And this Rafaela is only going to make it harder for BREN to secure that early game.
This is going to be very interesting as Oh My Venus and Wise get their signature heroes. Now, these two, it only takes a poke from Yisun Shin and a first skill from Rafaela to just clear out the waves. So, we've seen this time and again, and how will Kartzi, Few, and Lusty deal with this? Because they would be aiming to zone out people with the Loyi and the Khaled matchup for
What a
the
great
early stages
question.
of the game. Because the thing is, these two can just go in your face and just deal so much damage to you at level 1.
Yeah, and at level 1, and these are the fights that you have to get if you want to get ahead in the matchup. And we are here for the first game in the best of 5 between BREN Esports and ONIC-PH. Starting to grow up into the mid, and I'm really expecting a lot of early game aggression.
I am
coming
too.
from BREN Esports with this lineup of a Loyi. Again, comboed with a Khalid. This is a Khalid in the mid, not an offlane one. This is definitely a lot stronger in the early, except when you get thrown with an ejector as his Jawhead. Here we go.
Now, if you would look at it, Dilar and the others, they are going to the middle lane and they are not letting Currency have a good time. And look at this Few and Oh My Venus having a physical attack battle there. Wow, BREN Esports ONIC-PH starting it very aggressive.
Yep, very, very aggressive, and that's the start you want. That's the start you want to see. This is going to be possibly a high impact battle, and it's going to be so fierce in the early game. That's something that I'm already expecting. So here we go. These are the matchups on the lanes, as you can see, and you can really tell that this is going to be a heck of a battle here. Right off the bat, around the buffs, this is Jay, who's trying to reset that orange buff, but you know what Lusty says? No, you can't. Oh wait, can he? I think he can.
Oh
no,
my
he wasn't over the
goodness.
kill! Whoa!
And Iyakno is there. The buff will reset and there's the punish.
There's the
From Rebo.
punish. Oh my god, right there, right now. Lusty to be in for a treat here. This is difficult, the early game. Khaled, you don't have that strong of a skill yet. You will get taken out by the burn. And Yaknu, ONIC PH, they're getting the lead here.
And oh my Venus here, getting pulled back, but they cannot go for the aggressive here. ONIC PH, they're looking really strong right now.
They are. You know what makes you strong is a skin for Turizla. If you log in from October 27 and November 13, you'll get a chance to get the Turizla special skin. Hammer Giant. Go to the Trickster's Village event. You'll get yourself a chance to go for those spins 7 each day, possibly for completing a task.
And Jay here really wants Lusty, his former teammate.
Lusty! He pushed back.
He wants his former teammate and he takes him back to their clutches.
So much control from the Khaled, for the Khaled. That's what's the good thing about having this Barats. Look at that. Getting that unlimited sets is disrupting the positioning of BREN Esports and giving them such a hard time.
And Few here is caught in a very bad spot. BREN Esports will get the first kill and Few will go down.
Few's going down there for Jay as well. Again, this jawhead pick is just working out very, very well for ONIC PH. The early game, the ejector plays. I mean, with heroes that need to be held in position, like this Khaled, it's a godsend to have a jawhead in your lineup.
Okay, so there's another throw.
Whoa!
And Jay is throwing the enemies like pancakes. Hotcakes.
Disposition by a Barats and a jawhead? Oh my gosh, people are flying everywhere.
How do you fight this in Cardzy? He's gonna go down.
Jay!
He actually stays alive!
Wow, the moves from Carl Teasy gonna be able to dodge on out of there, but Wise is getting a huge amount of damage from Flap Teasy and Carl Teasy. He's thinking, I want to help Wise, Flap Teasy rather, but then again, he's in a bad position already. There's no way you can save him.
And he still got the kill. It's a 1-for-1, you're It's a 1-for-1.
That is really saying something here. These teams rather, going blow for blow in this matchup.
Diversion, it's there. Few is here.
Going to their big one, Jay wants to see if he can just scare off BREN Esports. Maybe a little bit of a mental battle going on.
Remember, ONIC PH, BREN Esports, ONIC PH doesn't have a score against, didn't get a win on a series against BREN Esports. They were on the same group. That means they will meet twice. But this time around, Jay gets caught out.
Yep, Jay gonna get caught out there. Tempest of Blades not gonna be hitting. Carl TZ making use of that just for safety as well. He's not sure where the rest of the ONIC PH members are resting. Jay and Oh My Venus were actually hiding in that bush for a long time.
And Flap here getting consumed by Dilar only to be spat back out.
That's not really how to use it, but you know, use it on cooldown. Just provide some damage and you're already doing your job as a Barret.
I mean, if he was in position for the tower.
Well, big one. Dilar into 2v1. Flap TZ might have caught him by surprise. Tempest of Blaze slows him down a little bit, but will be finished off in the end by Few. And on the bottom, it's a free man push as well for ONIC PH. They're not going to give it away that easily. It's a tower for a tower, and we are still a little bit on the tie. 1K ahead for ONIC PH though at 5.5 minutes.
And you really have to look at in a way in which BREN Esports wants to play this. They've been 100% distracted by the movements of ONIC PH right now.
The ONIC PH members trying to see if they can spot out that turtle. It's very, very low. If they give to Carl TZ, it will be very bad for them. Oh, Wise gets it! He gets the steal and will be deleted right away, but denying it will be big. That's going to be fused. Spat out once more by DLR. And by raw, pure damage, ONIC PH are pushing BREN Esports back.
They don't have their ultimates anymore. They're forced to run back. And that only means Carlzy and the others, they won't have control over the jungle this time around. ONIC PH, they just lose Wise.
They lose Wise. They deny the turtle buff though. That might be a consolation prize. But ONIC PH are still ahead by 2,000. That's saying something. Against a team like BREN Esports, you don't do it that easily. It's gonna be Yaknu.
Oh!
On Cyclone for the jump into the Chasm Blade, but not gonna be able to get away. That is a Ling. You cannot do that.
Yeah, and why so my Venus here staying within their own buff. And this is your Gillette instant replay. Hashtag shave the day. ONIC-PH got the turtle, but the thing is that won't save you from the 3-man setup. That BREN setup here for Wise. But you know what? Dillard could have spatted back out to the allies, but it didn't really hit them.
Yeah, it went to the wall instead.
Yeah, it went to the wall instead, and that was, let's say, a few pixels to the left.
Almost.
Almost.
But it did the trick. It took out the target, and somehow it's going to be a very, very big ONIC-PH map control lead. They are still waiting on the sides, and big possibility here for a big engage. BREN esports, they are waiting. They have 4 members spotted out by the Mountain Chalker, and Jay threatening them with ejector.
Are you seeing cards here right now? Jay was on ejector. What he did, he went close to Jay. And you want to do that if you're Ling?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, okay, go ahead. We know that you're not complete here. We can see them on the map. That's what's happening here. The vision game is real. Another turtle fight. Here we go. Got Leslie waiting. That is a big untouchable force. Unstoppable force, rather. Wise secures the turtle again. I can't believe it. The Apno's on the back foot. He's here to clean up. Fuse forced to flicker out as well. And everyone is just running for the hills here. BREN esports, they are having a hard time with this game.
And Kartzy can't get freedom into this game. Flap hit! Will it hit? Yes, it will! Yes, it will, ladies and gentlemen. ONIC putting out a clinic right now in Celestial Palace.
Woo! That was unbelievable to make that hit just like that against a player like Flat. And it's going to be a very, very bad position here for Dealar. Will get taken out by the BREN esports duo, but the rest of ONIC are here to respond if they need to. No one's going to be fighting off for the meantime.
And right now, BREN esports, they are on the back end of everything that's happening. They are getting the shorter end of the stick here. ONIC-PH, they're doing great. They're playing within their limits. They are getting the scaling that they want, the late game that they want, the patient game that they want.
Yep, this is it. This is what they're trying to go for, and that is also why they pick up this Jawhead. It's doing so much to keep BREN esports in check in this matchup in the early game.
And turrets, let's check it out right now. 3 turrets onto the side of ONIC-PH. 2 turrets for the side of
the ejector again!
And he has the Raging Sandstorm.
Yep, forcing Lusty to use the Raging Sandstorm right there. Not really the way you want to use that ultimate. And again, these are because of the plays that Jays are making.
Okay, Rebo here. Oh,
okay.
That doesn't go to him.
Thank you for the assist, says Iaknu. Ooh, I don't mind if I do. And that's gonna be it. Jay with another ejector, gonna be purified right off by by Rebo. Man, the doctor.
Well timed.
The doctor's reflexes are pretty much intact.
Yeah, and this guy has been playing ever since Season 1. And you don't see any lapse or any, you know what? Any slowdown from this guy.
Absolutely. He's been a pro for a long time now, for a few years. And he is not stopping right now. Here we go. Jay dives in for the back. And here comes the Flying Dragon. Yu Zhang with the backline attack into that Yu. Oh my gosh, Flap TZ, what a monster! Goes on the back foot and takes down Wise. The rest of ONIC esports are suffering one by one here. Oh my Venus, gonna be free fodder for Carl Easy. Teleport is here, but Few just way too late.
And that happened to View twice already. Rockhart. First time was near the Little Wanderer. Second time was there near the red buff, orange buff, if you will.
Yeah, that's a free for one.
That's
for ONIC-PH.
That is not bad for the side of BREN esports, and these teams, they are looking to show us that, hey, we know how to take our fights. Don't get us wrong.
Nice spin off there. Rebo out of position, but will not be stunned. He can use that falling star moon to get out of the way, but fights are happening all over the map. Tempest of Blades will be going off and forcing Iaknu to use that flicker. And Jay, looking to see if he can protect. He catches Lusty again.
You know what?
Whoa!
You know what? He could have taken down. He could have taken cards. He could have taken down Iyaknu if he had the orange buff. If he had damage over time. But to no avail.
What a long tongue! And that will be able to take out. And
Here
boy,
comes the
Venus-
dragon! Here comes the dragon! Enter the dragon, ladies and gentlemen! But that is enough for the hype as they will disengage.
So 1-for-1, but man, that was one of the longest Daytona's welcome I've ever seen in my life.
Have you seen a tongue that long though?
I have never seen a tongue that long.
Alright, good to know.
That is just disgustingly OP. What a beautiful ultimate usage from Pilar there. And again, we still have a lot of plays being done by ONIC-PH on this Barret.
He's just using it at will though. Just letting it happen. I mean, looking at ONIC-PH right now, they're getting what they want. But still, BREN Esports, they're not gonna back down from a fight, as you can see currently. Finding the right position to get to Ice.
They're ahead in gold. They're ahead by gold by a little bit, but that's saying something. Considering it's been ONIC who has been proactively seeking out the fights ever since minute 5. And now, we're gonna see some items here.
Okay, so now, Sea Halberd is there, Berserker's Fury is there, Endless Battle. I think Kartzy is probably gonna go for a Demon Hunter Sword next. These are things that you really have to consider when you're facing off against a very tanky lineup as ONIC-PH. And that is going to be Iyaknu going down.
All out of nowhere, Carl Teasy able to make an assassination happen on the top lane. He's going to be able to get on out of there.
And this is really just BREN Esports having control over this phase of the game.
Very fast, high-octane game for BREN Esports and ONIC-PH. Absolutely beautiful to watch. And now we'll see if ONIC will try to go for it. Jay spots them out. He knows this is happening. He knows he can do something. And he pushes Lusty back. Another Raging Sandstorm used defensively. That's just what you want to do. You want to deny all of these big-time ultimates from BREN Esports so that they don't have an option to engage later on.
The moment they saw that the turret was getting taken down by those cannons on the bottom lane, what they did was they played around a bit and they were actually letting ONIC-PH just be aware of their surroundings and to just stay in place, because they know that if they prolong that turret will go down to the bottom lane and they will have a much better control of the enemy's jungle.
Yeah, that would have been so much better if they could do that. But of course, this map is just split. There's no one who's controlling the map altogether, except maybe ONIC can kind of extend because of Dillard, because of the Barrets.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's still a pretty even fight.
But if ever someone goes down here from the side of ONIC-PH, like that would be detrimental to their map control. Considering that BREN Esports right now, they got all the side lane turrets here from the side of ONIC-PH. They only need to get one more onto the middle lane. They just need to get that tier 1 middle lane down and they will have map control. Well, for the side of ONIC-PH, they should be aiming on how to get the side lane shoved to the side of BREN Esports.
Yep, the side lanes are basically a big deal when you go for lords like this. Right now, they want to go for the engage. They throw back Lusty. Lusty is going and spinning and making sure that he's not going to go down without a fight, and he's able to sustain. Also has the immortality in case he needs it, but will not be proc. ONIC-PH, they're being a lot more careful at 15 minutes in the game.
And they're much, I think BREN Esports is much happier with this current setup right now that they're having. 4 people are going in front of each other, then they are dancing around waiting for the right time, for the right opportunity to do things. But for Kartzy, what he does, he just finch poises to the top, finch poises to the bot, diversion is there as well. If they need to defend, they can defend the
It's the big
silence.
engage! Right there! Big
Wise.
teleport into the back foot. They're looking for Wise! He's the target! He's the lone attack that BREN is going for, and they get there what they want. Oh my Venus is next. Immortality will be popped, but that's not gonna matter. He's gonna go down instead. Iakno had to walk all the way from the top. And he's way too late to the party, but he's still gonna try to go for a few. He will take him out with the help of Delar. And the rest of BREN Esports, they're collapsing very, very hard on the ONIC-PH members remaining here. Iakno is trying to sustain, but he cannot do it against Carl TZ.
And while that's happening, a turret went down onto the side of BREN Esports on the top lane. 2 turrets down, 2 outer turrets down inside the BREN Esports. ONIC-PH, they're running around, they're playing around, and the bottom lane is shoved to the side of ONIC-PH onto the bottom lane. They have to defend that. That means one less person down that can play with this Lord contest that BREN Esports is doing right now. And ONIC-PH, look at this, they actually get the kill on Flap.
They got the kill on Flap, and again, Few is still down. It's a 3-man Lord. They want to go for it. They don't care. They're fighting. Lord is very low. No retribution available. 4 ONIC-PH means that BREN will secure the Lord.
And that Barracks goes small. Jay here, Immortality has been popped, a bit of a recall there. And Jay,
yeah, they're just playing around.
Yeah, Jay
Look
will
at
go down.
this.
Jay,
Look at this.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Run
Waste
him
time
home.
here. Yeah, go ahead.
Run him home.
Of course.
Run him home. And they know that Jay knows that he's dead at that point.
That was like a solid 30 seconds that they didn't do anything. I don't know. But here comes the replay. Full targeting on Wise.
Yeah, and considering that Flap here is on the Yuzhong, we've said this time and again, if you're gonna play YSS, please do ban out the Yuzhong. Yuzhong is not a good matchup for YSS. Why? Because for YSS, you need to refresh Traceless. If you don't have that dodge, then that means there's the dragon form, the black dragon form, and there's the jumps that's gonna come out from Yuzhong. So you have to get through 2 gap closers, and you only have 1 dash.
Yeah, that was a short inhibitor, by the way, being secured with that Lord. Will be defended by Delar, by Iakno rather. And the rest of BREN, they're engaging on the top. Flap is flying. He's doing everything. He's hitting everyone with the essence. And it's going to be Few very, very low. Jay is trying to sustain, but he can't. Cartesi's just way too strong. And now, they're going to be able to get away with 1 death. But they're able to defend.
BREN Esports, ladies and gentlemen, they are manhandling ONIC-PH right now in terms of getting the gold, getting the map, and getting the objectives. But look at this, 17k for Cartzy, 13k for Wise. What's happening here?
This is not what's happening. This is not what usually happens. Man, Delar is just having a hard time in finding targets now. It's scary to get a target because any target you get, except for Few, is just so scary to put in your teammates.
And as you can see,
what an engage under the tower! They don't care. Fighting under Tempest Blades, Flap TZ. He is taking everything, and they are able to get a target. Iakno's down. There's a lot less more AoE, a lot less more burn. And there you can go for a push, but the minions are missing. The wave clear for ONIC-PH is still present, just because of this Barracks as well.
And as you can see, diversion is there under the back lines. Few here will get caught out. He gets stunned, and he is the target here.
He's the target. There's no more Loyi on the foot. But because of that, ONIC-PH will be able to hold back the onslaught of BREN Esports.
And ONIC Magic, they need to make it happen right now. They need to show it right now. ONIC Magic, where is it?
They've got some magic tricks up their sleeve. This is the time to show it up. And any smart use of the Barracks is going to be needed here. Like, they're always going for Few. That is the right thing to do. But the Carl TZ magic, Carl TZ power is just something that you need to deal with instead.
For ONIC, you can see that they're really lacking the damage right now. I mean, they can take BREN Esports head on, but in terms of damage output, ONIC-PH will just lose that battle all throughout.
Yeah, Wise is the target. Even Carl TZ goes to the back line. Flicker out by Oh My Venus, and the fight is erupting all over the map. They go after Jay instead, and they will take him out. Lusty has to be in front as well. It's a very healthy ONIC squad. They're only 4, but they are very high HP, which means they can go for the chase if they want to. They're doing that right now.
And look at this, Delar
On the back line. Oh, Yaknu. He's absorbing all three BREN Esports members. Carl Teasy. He's looking for Wise, but Wise still has the immortality. I don't think he's going to go down very easily. And there goes Few. He's back. That's how long this fight's been going on. Few's already back on the field. And able to disengage with minimal damage.
They can sustain. ONIC PH can sustain the damage of BREN Esports. But the thing is, they cannot take down the people here from the side of BREN. If you would look at their items, Dilar is relegated to attack. So that means in terms of damage output, they have 2 tanks in J and with Dilar. Now, where does the damage come from? It comes from Iyaknu, it comes from Wise. Iyaknu has tank items too.
There you go, another big one from Dilar, but he will get taken out before he can spin it out. There you go, it's a big defensive Raging Sandstorm, but that's all you need. They just need to stay alive. They just need to take down the... Carl Teasy, he wants to go for the finish.
He didn't have minions.
No minions, but he's going to be able to push on very, very close. That inhibitor turret should go down soon. He has the immortality, he's flying all the way out. And Yaknu makes it in time to keep the inhibitor alive.
Alright, now BREN Esports, eye on the prize. They go straight for that Lord, that Luminous Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, it will bump into the base. If they get this, it goes to the bottom lane. So that, with that in mind, BREN Esports should be placing themselves comfortably up top, mid, or probably walking with the Lord.
And Lord will be taking out BREN Esports. Again, ONIC's defense is just spectacular in this matchup. Despite being down by 7, actually make that 8,000 gold, they're doing what is necessary to stay alive in this game.
BREN Esports, they run a Louis. They haven't run this ever since the regular season.
Exactly.
What can't they do?
That's the question. That's the beauty of BREN Esports as well. There's always something in the back of these guys' pockets.
But you know what, ONIC PH, they found themselves losing game number 1 of the regular season and they just do fine. Let's see how will this pan out, and Few here on the back line. Why are you there?
Few's in a very weird position.
Are you gonna cut out the creep waves, the minion waves?
Yeah, he's trying to use that AoE. Get rid of the minions, making a lot of pressure on each and every side of the map. But BREN Esports, they're not going to use that Lord push. Apparently, they're just waiting for a good chance to hit someone.
Yeah.
They will.
And they put Jay there and Lusty getting tossed back.
That's going to be immortality pop for Lusty under the tower. Raging Sandstorm will save him. Only for the meantime, Few is in a bad spot. Forced to use Winter Truncheon. And the flicker out instead by Yaknu. Oh, there's a chase. Rebo! He's not done with you yet.
And this is why Rebo is still with BREN Esports for the longest time. ONIC here takes down Few. Few here is going to be the only casualty on the side of BREN Esports, while Yaknu is the only casualty on the side of ONIC PH. But let's make that 2 as Rebo here gets caught out.
Carl TC again goes in with big Tempest of Blades. Not yet being used. He's saving it for the last moment. And there he is. He goes in with Wise as well. It's going to be up to Wise to defend this for ONIC PH. Oh my Venus, trying to keep everyone alive. And they're just about enough. They're having just about enough of this damage output. They want to go for the fight. Wise is doing his very best to stay alive here with the help of Venus. But everyone is just piling on to him. And he will get taken out. And that will be a win. It's 1-0. BREN Esports win over ONIC.
BREN Esports there, just showing us why you do not pick a YSS versus a Yu Zhong. You did see the traceless, ladies and gentlemen. He got out once, but when the jump and the knockup came, it didn't really make sense for the YSS to live anymore because he was just caught out in the middle.
Yep, this is one of the most ineffective YSS ever of Wise. It was just, he was holding it steady, but they can't do anything offensively. And that's because, again, the only reason that happened is because of the BREN lineup. Because of this Yu Zhong, it's just so difficult to stay alive. It's difficult to free hit. We've never seen Wise free hit perfectly in this matchup, even with the Barats in the front line.
This is his comfort hero. This is Wise's comfort hero. This is his most successful hero into the MPL regular season. He's taking it to the playoffs. And to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, this is a really hard task to do for Wise if you don't set him up properly in the draft. 100% sure that BREN Esports will be aiming to get that Yuzhong time and again, because this is gonna stop ONIC PH from picking Wise's most comfortable hero.
Exactly. And it was already drafted pretty well. It had the bodyguard Jawhead. It had the Barats to make sure that, BREN Esports was always busy. But still, BREN Esports knows. They know how to prioritize.
They know how to.
They
Yeah.
prioritize. No matter what your frontliners do, we are going to dive into you. And it showed to be an effective strategy. So, I know we'll have to analyze that a little bit further. But first, let's go to our solo analyst, Wolf.
Best of 5 series between BREN Esports and the ONIC PH. Tingnan muna natin ang draft at ang mga heroes na napili ng ating pare sa teams. I was actually looking at the draft and na-feel ko na pare na even. It was even. In a way na comfort picks para sa ONIC, comfort picks para sa BREN. But I think ang pinaka naging problema ng ONIC PH is in fact na kanilang damage output ay parang nang kinukulang sa late game. The scaling is not there against the sustained based lineup of BREN Esports. If you're looking at Esmeralda, Yuzong, Khalid, Makukunat, Sustainable, well, there were Sea Halberds picked up by ONIC. Pero if you look, the grander scheme of things, wala silang way para mag-deal ng malaking true damage agad ng mga nukes. And many times, in the mid-game pa lang, naramdaman na natin yon. Ang ganda ng performance ni Dilar, ni Iyakno, as well as Wise in a way. But BREN Esports, everybody showed off. Maybe pag nakita natin yung mga damage output ng mga members ng BREN Esports, makikita natin kung gano'n ka-impactful nga sila sa laban. Looking at Ribo, di Esmeralda, pag tinignan mo yung ONIC lineup, sa early at sa mid, siguro kaya nila yung Esmeralda, but in the late game, pag na-build up na yung items, kinakapos sila ng damage output laban sa Esmeralda. And that is also true for the Khalid as well as the Yuzong. Sobrang free game eventually para kay Flap TZ. I mean, nakikita mo yung ONIC, na-outplay talaga nila yung BREN Esports in the late stages of the game. Pero mas madaming outplays na nagawa ang BREN Esports dahil na rin comfortable sila. I see that Barats, although maganda siya sa game na to dahil maganda yung kanyang guaranteed lockdown, it's just that BREN Esports knows the timing of the Barats. Like Tempest of Blades para makancel yon. Sometimes wineflick Karen, although kailangan magandang sobra yung timing mo for that. Of course, the quick sand guard and Khalid in general, wala siya masyadong pakialam sa gobble up ng isang Barats. And lastly, Yuzong with the transformation, the dragon form, hindi rin talaga siya talagang pressured in this game. When I look at the highlights of that previous game, man, a lot of highlights, diba? Hindi katulad nung mga iba natin nakikita mga playoffs games na tactical approach. This time, it's also tactical, but at the same time, ang daming highlights. Gonna have to give it to ONIC PH. For the early stages and the mid stages, they are leading. Nakakuha sila ng crucial kills. Napigilan nila ng kaunti etong si Carl TZ. But the problem with BREN Esports, the problem for ONIC PH, with BREN Esports at ang paggamit nila ng Ling, laging nakakabawi si Carl TZ. As long as hindi siya namamatay, which is in this case only once, goods na goods siya. Flap TZ is my own personal bet for the MVP, although I'm not entirely sure who will be the MVP this time. Pero kung hindi dahil sa kanya, hindi makakaraos ang BREN Esports sa early and sa mid game. Kung paano niya kinontrol itong Yuzong, tamang main maxing ng specific hero na to kaya para hindi siya mamatay. ONIC PH, nakakuha sila ng 3 turtle or 2 turtle na nakaw pa laban sa BREN Esports. Pero eventually kasi doon din sila nadali. Kahit pa nananalo sila sa fight na yon, so nakakuha nila yung turtle, they don't necessarily win in terms of economy. Kasi kung mamamansin mo, after a few seconds, nakahilap na agad yung mga members ng BREN. And I think the best play we will see later, eto na yata yon. They went, hindi pa ito yun. But we will see something like that, na gagamitin nila yung diversion ultimate ng isang Louis for that dragon form. And nakita natin dito yung ONIC PH, nanalo naman sila ng clashes, but they cannot stop the Carl TZ Ling. At nakikita natin ngayon, etong dragon form from the Yuzong. Sobrang ganda kasi, they came from this spot. Because kung nakita nyo sa inyong minimap, nandito yung Louis. And you're thinking, bakit hindi sinama yung kahit sino doon? Medyo hula. Kasi alam ng BREN Esports na pwede sila maglagay ng isang Yuzong doon sa backlines kahit ilan pa yung nandyan dahil alam nilang hindi siya mamamatay agad.
That's how confident they are. And that's the nature of the hero. Ngayon, dahil meron silang extra information, isa sa mga keys to victory natin for BREN Esports is controlling the vision war, di ba? And this particular play from BREN Esports really showed what BREN Esports can do. Kahit pa sobrang lakas ng kalaban nila. So, little by little explain natin, tineleport nila using the diversion etong dragon kasi nga makuna at hindi mamatay. Nakita niya 3 yung members nandun. Particularly, nakita niya si Wise. Sabi ng ONIC-PH, okay, mag-back tayo, merong dragon, nakakatakot yan. I think that's a natural decision and it's correct. Sabi naman ng BREN Esports, uy, alam na natin kung nasan Yi Sun-shin, punta na agad. And that's exactly what they did after. Chase from BREN Esports, definitely destroying ONIC-PH. Kasi nagkagulatan, kahit gaano kakalupit bilang isang Yi Sun-shin, kahit ikaw ang Yi Sun-shin God ng Pilipinas, you cannot survive this play because BREN Esports ang ganda ng pag-checkmate nila. Nagkakaroon ng balitan ng mga plays from both teams for BREN Esports and ONIC-PH, but it always favored BREN Esports in the end. ONIC-PH gave out their heart. Ang ganda ng mga plays ni Delar. Iyakno was trying his best. And even Wise, after that play, bihira na siya mahuli. Unfortunately, dahil focused para sa pag-survive si Wise, bigla na wala ng damage output ang side ng ONIC-PH. MVP of the game. Let's flap TZ. And I know that anybody who watched that enough, that game, hindi ito magiging successful para sa BREN Esports kundi dahil dito. 3-4-11, not the best stats in the world, but game-winning plays coming up from Flap TZ and the rest of BREN Esports. Kaya naman nanalo sila sa game 1 ng best of 5 na to. Mga kaibigan, that's just game number 1 however. We've seen ONIC-PH struggle before. So far, I think BREN Esports ay nananalo palagi sa ONIC-PH in MPL Season 6. Will BREN Esports get the 2-0 or makapag 1-1 pa ba ang ONIC-PH? We'll find out. But if you want to show your support para sa BREN Esports squad, do scan this QR code. Maganda ka nyo ng trajectory. Kung gusto naman ng all for ONIC or #ONIC Magic, pick it up dito sa support, dito sa QR code na to. Just scan it out and show your support for the teams. Hindi lang naman sa teams ang gusto natin matulungan. Of course, the whole of MPL-PH scene sa ating tulungan. So if you want to support it, scan this QR code as well or like and follow the page fb.com/MPL-PH official. Also, we would like to hear from you guys. Kung meron kayong mga opinion, it's better if we get it through this QR code as well. We have 2 sets of QR codes for your surveys and sana makikooperate kayo lahat. Makakatulong po yan na malaki para sa eksena ng Mobile Legends in the Philippines. Siyempre, para mag-give back sa inyo sa mga nagstay para dito sa analysis na to. Don't worry, every time that there's an analysis segment with me in here, ako bahala sa giveaway codes. We still have 3 giveaway codes every single game, every after game. And I do hope na sasamahan nyo ako ngayon na aralin yung mga games natin na susunod. Like I said, this is just game 1 of a best of 5 series. Madami pa tayong makikita. And I'm sure that ONIC-PH, hindi sila magpapabawi. Then again, BREN Esports, mas gusto nilang manalo ng sunod-sunod. And I'm sure na hindi sila magdadalawang isip na mag-bully or maging aggressive laban sa ONIC-PH. I'm excited to see that for sure. My name is Wolf, your analyst. Ibabalik na natin sa mga casters.
And I have to say, that really was one of the most successful defenses of a team I've ever seen. But of course, despite that, you cannot really just stop BREN Esports in their tracks. Very difficult to do, especially against a team like that.
Yeah, and clearly, they had the sustain to go head-to-head with BREN Esports' lineup. But the thing is, if you can sustain hand in hand, then that means the one who has better damage will be the ones on top.
Absolutely.
And BREN, they had better damage. It's as simple as that.
That's just it, right? There's just no way to substitute pure, unadulterated damage with just defending, right? It's just not done that way. So, yep, there's still a lot to be done here for the draft. I think that was a pretty good draft, but they need to be a bit more offense-oriented instead if they want to keep up with, especially with the moves of Carl TZ, man. It was not in. It's like a Jawhead is not enough to defend against him, right? Even a Barats was not enough to defend against him.
So there is a delay in the stream, and they are actually trying to see who's the MVP.
Oh, yeah.
And as you can see, there is a delay, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, there's a
While
delay.
we are casting in front of you right now,
That's what
they
they see.
only are in that, post-game analysis segment. So, who knows?
Yep.
Well, I don't think that it's a valid reason to tell us that, it's a stream time or anything. Then again, ladies and gentlemen, we are headed to game number 2. And this is semifinals 2. If you haven't watched the first series of the day, Omega cemented themselves as the grand finalists, the first grand finalists of MPL-PH Season 6 playoffs. Now, after the series, we will know who is going to be their opponents.
That's right. We will know.
We will know.
Omega. They've been celebrating. I've seen Hajizi really pop off, really pop off on social media. He looks very happy. And aside from the 200 kills that he got, he also got the victory. That's one good reason to celebrate. And again, Carl Tizzi is also, he's gunning for that 2-0-0. So definitely something to watch out for is the amount of kills that Carl Tizzi will get under his belt in this series.
Yeah. Clearly, there are things that BREN Esports can still do, and it's scary that they can make that certain lineup run. Few on Aluyi, you haven't seen Aluyi yet.
Man, so many surprises
from BREN Esports,
Oh
and
my
yet
gosh.
they make it. It's like Mobile Legends and their heroes is an extension of their bodies. It's like you know what to do in this high pressure moments, and it seems to me like BREN Esports are really built to be contenders for the season.
Absolutely. They've studied their way into each and every matchup. They've given a lot of thought to their draft. As always, very spectacular draft. Knowing the ins and outs of your draft, it looks like they practice it like thousands of times a day.
Yeah.
Obviously that's not possible physically, but that's what it feels like. And they are making it work. Definitely making it work for themselves. In this matchup, they're showing up even though they were supposedly behind in some of the turns in that matchup. They had a pretty fun time there.
They had a pretty fun time, yeah. I do agree with that, and it's ONIC right now. They have to make the most out of the chances that they have, and for them, they only have 2 more games.
2 more games.
They only have 2 more games to give to BREN Esports before BREN Esports just takes this finals. They have room for error. This shouldn't be a problem for the side of ONIC-PH. ONIC-PH is a team that actually lost a lot of their game once in the regular season, and I feel for ONIC-PH with their form right now, they are more capable of getting back into shape.
Yep, getting into shape is something that's still very much possible for ONIC-PH. There's a big leeway. Again, sometimes some teams they do that download kind of thing, that download game kind of thing. Obviously, this is not it.
Yeah.
It really looked like it was a very close fight, and it's very difficult to do against a team like BREN. You saw yesterday, BREN was just finishing games so quickly. 12 minutes, I don't know, 14 minutes.
Yeah,
so quick.
It's ONIC's way of it's ONIC's way of adapting, adjusting, and not giving into the pressure. That will save them from this certain BREN Esports lineup that we know. Because as we all know, BREN Esports is really known to dominate teams. Now, if you're gonna lose morale over this loss, then that means it's not going to be good for you. So what ONIC should do right now is they did well on the first game. They just lacked a bit in the drafting.
Yep.
So what they need to do right now is to play their game and make the most out of the idea that they are the first pick into this series.
Yep.
Just plot it out properly and never lose the damage. I think the Thams and the well, I do remember one time on the regular season where Iyaknu went for a full damage build Thams. You could have done that if you wanted to.
Yeah, and then there are certain strategies are still available for them as well. Iyaknu going on the jungle Helker, we've seen that before. it's not far to be used, especially against a team like BREN Esports who values the vision a lot. So I'm expecting that something like that, something to that extent. Again, we've seen it on the keys to victory. You gotta deal with BREN's vision. That's what the panel said before the game started. And apparently, that is true. So what can they do? They should absolutely ban that Selena. Yep, absolutely. Do not, that's it, cardinal sin against BREN Esports. And again, deal with Carl TZ Heroes. Apparently, that's what ONIC's doing. The full ban on the Lancelot and the Ling. That's not something you see every day.
ONIC PH. Who will they go for? They have the Khalid on front of them. They can still go for the YSS if they want to. They don't ban the Yuzhong in any way. Because I'm pretty sure that ONIC PH is probably still thinking about YSS right now.
Probably, right? Probably thinking about YSS. But again, what if it doesn't get picked up? Will it be taken by BREN Esports? That's something that's probably in their minds here on the second pick rotation. Should they lock it in? Or should we risk of not picking it and then run it and then get into a possibility of one, it can get picked up or it can get banned out, or two, it can get picked up by BREN Esports. That's just, you don't want that. You don't want that to happen at all.
Yeah.
So I think it will be a lock-in. I mean, the YSS earlier was fine. It was just that there were so many tools for BREN Esports to deal with it. And they go for Roger instead. On that carry, they have had success with this before.
And I would like to greet our stats man a happy birthday.
Your team is
And yeah, may you have many more birthdays to come. Wolf. We're talking about Wolf. So
Yes.
for BREN Esports, oh, they pick Harith. Wow.
This is
I like it.
okay, this is different. That's a lot of that magic damage on the side of BREN Esports. And happy birthday, Wolf. If you guys are watching, go to Facebook and greet him on his Facebook page. Absolutely. You know, he's one of the best here in the MPL. One of the best minds of the MPL as well. You know, aside from the coaches, you know, that there's Wolf. He's always coming up with some stuff. So show him some
Your
love.
team
Oh,
Go
is
to his
fine.
Facebook page and greet him a happy birthday.
And these BREN Esports got the times, got Esmeralda. And I'm kind of surprised that ONIC PH still giving them the Esmeralda.
Yep, Esmeralda. Rebo played it very well. So many clutch plays from this Esmeralda, actually. So I'm not gonna be saying anything bad about that. It's just that there's a lot of magic damage on BREN Esports, which kind of could get picked up, negated rather, by Oracles.
Okay, so we are on the second phase of banning. They ban out the Jawhead, the Valor on the side of ONIC. BREN banning out those Dilar heroes. They ban out the Dilar heroes. Oh, probably Yakno heroes as well.
Yakno and Dilar heroes. Oofra! Wow, that's a big pickup, and that's gonna give the Roger and the Khalid a very hard time in this matchup. Not to mention they have to do it while dancing around a Zaman force. Makes it a little bit more difficult for ONIC PH here. Now they're going for the picks. Will we see a double core setup again? Definitely a support here for offensive support is definitely needed. Farsa would not be ill-advised. I don't mind going for a Farsa here.
Yeah. With BREN Esports lineup in your face, you can punch them heavily by picking up a Farsa. I'm not gonna lie, that's true. Not
There
gonna
you
lie.
go. Thanks so
Not
much.
Farsa, Natalia. But I think Natalia here.
Natalia might be overkill, but
I mean,
if you're really there, you go. This is
no,
what I'm talking
this
about.
is where it hurts.
This is what I'm talking about. Here we go with another Kadita.
This is where it hurts for the side of ONIC PH. Not gonna lie, that Kadita could make or break their lineup here. ONIC PH, if they get a good early game, they could stop the Farsa from actually scaling up. But for BREN Esports here, as long as that that Kadita could get his Clock of Destiny, could get in good positions, Farsa will always be scared of his life. Because the thing is, Ocean Oddity, Breath of the Ocean, Rough Waves, those are skills of Kadita. Well, all of his. Oh well, I did name all of his skills.
Yeah, basically.
Tasanophobia. Tasanophobia is a passive. I'm just gonna add that, so that makes it 4.
There you go. So the skill set of
conclusion-
Kadita is
So conclusion,
just-
I know all the skills of Kadita.
Exactly.
But then
List
again,
that down.
I should know that. But you know what? All of his skills could destroy a Farsa. If Venus is not positioned properly, he's gonna get forced out.
For sure. So make sure you're careful when you activate Feathered Airstrike, or else that could be it. That could be it for your backline damage, aside from Roger. And you have to be careful as we head into game 2 of the BREN Esports versus ONIC PH matchup. Again, so much magic damage on the side of BREN. That's free mages. Count them. It's free mages on the side of BREN Esports. Again, Oracle. Expect a lot of Oracle pickups in this match.
And Dilara and Jay find Lusty charging up the Tyrant's Rage. The Tyrant's Revenge.
That's a good pickup. You know what? They denied a flicker. He had to flicker, or else he was gonna go die here.
And Lusty here.
You
know what? I like that. That is actually really cool. And Venus here will force Carlsy out of the retribution probably, and they catch out
there
Natalia.
you go.
And that Natalia is one dead hero.
Yep.
First blood.
First blood, go in, and nice try by the way from Jay, but he will get taken care of very easily. From October 27 to November 13 though, Trickster's Village event is happening on Mobile Legends, so just go ahead and log in, get those Halloween candies for a treasure spin. You can get up to 7 each day from completing tasks, and Terizzo's special skin Hammer Giant is guaranteed within 10 spins. So go ahead and pick that up.
You know what? I just noticed well, let's talk about it later, as there is going to be a pick-off here at the side of ONIC PH.
Big fights. Carl Teasy is already level 4. That is so fast. Yaktu trying to see if he can sustain, but he's absorbing so much damage from that Harith. It is just difficult to deal with. And Jay going to be picking up 1 for 1, and he's able to get away. And Few might be in trouble here, and goes down to the Lycan Pounds.
And that is the thing about Kadita. Kadita has good damage, but all of her cooldowns are mid-range. That means it's in the middle. It's not too long, it's not too short.
Exactly. And it also the passive is also very difficult to time. Like you have to really know the timing of the passive for it to be super efficient, and if it doesn't get healed up, you're gonna get destroyed by an execute. And that's why there are 2 executes on the side of ONIC PH.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes overkill. You know, we've seen 3, but 2 is actually still a lot.
Certainly. But you know what? For the side of ONIC PH, they should be looking at Oh My Venus right now. Mystery Shop emblem. The Farza has 3 assists. So, in all honesty, Venus will be getting his Clock of Destiny early.
Wow, look at this. 1v2 and Carl Teasy. There is no fear in the eyes of this boy right there. Going in for a hard fight in the middle. That's going to be Few going down again.
And everyone is just punishing every single hero onto the map. May it be from ONIC, may it be from BREN. These players aren't going mild on each other. Nobody's calm. Everyone's aggressive. Everyone wants to fight.
Oh, it's going to be Wise picking up the turtle right there, and then Zaman Force goes down, but he does not want to fight under that ultimate, and that's a very smart move from ONIC. You know what? We don't need to fight, even though we got the turtle. If we fight under there, that's still a 50-50. So they went on and go for the disengage instead.
Carl's here getting caught out by 1 Feathered Airstrike pop, and that is going to be a really bad position for BREN Esports to be at. I mean, it's not that well, at that point it wasn't that bad, but if he gets caught out in a bit when Oh My Venus gets his Clock of Destiny and all the other items that the Farsa needs, that's going to be a bad position in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are going to see again big engages happening for ONIC PH. If ever Flap is not careful, we got a 3-man dive here, possibly under the tower, but no. ONIC PH choosing to be a bit more careful. No information on the rest of BREN Esports means that they should not go for the fight.
Okay, so someone's been blocked.
Oh, don't message us
someone
during
has
the
been
tournament.
blocked.
You're gonna get blocked.
Yeah.
Says the So whoever's on this account, I don't know.
So our names right now is Butters Cutie Forever and Rock Hard Easy.
What is this? What is this? You're not supposed to do that. That's not my.
That's not our names.
That's not our names. What is this?
Why am I Butters Cutie Forever?
Why am I Rock Heart Easy? It's Rock TZ. Okay, it's no heart. That's just overkill.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Our names. It's. Okay, my name is not Butters Cutie Forever, and his name is not Rock Heart Easy.
Get your facts straight.
It's
Oh my
Butters and
God.
Rock Heart.
It's Butters and Rock Heart. Okay, thank you. So, big fight through ONIC. It's a 5-man fight versus 2. Oh my God, the rough waves are not gonna be enough. Oh, actually, it will be enough to get out with the Ocean Oddity. The rest of BREN Esports are here to respond. Oh my gosh, Carl TZ is still fighting even though it's a 2v5. Look at this guy. He is flying everywhere. No fear at all. Whenever he plays the Harif, this is just a treat to behold.
And looking at it, Flapsy on the other side of the map taking down a turret. It's... Man, oh man.
Man, it's just...
This is ONIC PH just really having a good time right now.
They're having a great time. Dealar finally catches
Oh,
up.
oh, this is
with that
bad.
kill. Oh,
This
wait,
is bad. This
the
is bad.
re-engage! Oh my God!
And look at Flap, look at Flap. He
Flap
is mad.
easy.
He wants Oh My Venus right now.
Purify is already procced from the Farsa. Now, Oh My Venus will get some of that HP back, but even in the clutches of moments, BREN Esports, they're taking something out of the hat.
And a Yaknu here.
Yaknu here will be in the middle of 4 people trying to slow down this lore take. Will be secured by Carl here on the Harif. Now that is a scary Harif with the fully buffed setup. Now, what's ONIC gonna do here? Suddenly, it's BREN Esports in the lead. It's small, but it's there.
Okay. A lot of people have been blocked.
I don't know why.
Delar?
Yeah, one big fight. That's a dive in with the Lycan Pounce. Gets airborne. But not going to be enough there to hold. Lusty cannot take the damage from ONIC PH. And that's another 2 going down for BREN Esports. And looks like Yaknu is going to be rolling up on top just to defend as well.
Okay, so now ONIC PH, they're getting what they want from the map, and they are getting the kills that they want from the side of BREN Esports. High-profile kills. The only person that they haven't killed onto the side of BREN Esports is going to be Carl Z. And Carl Z has been playing in a godlike manner ever since game number 1. So, for this one, let's try to see what will happen when BREN Esports gets to the mid-game. Because as we all know, this is what happened earlier as well.
Oh, wait. They're going to be catching someone here. Lusty. He's low. Feathered Airstrike takes him out as well as Dealar's Desert Tornado. Carl TZ, he's in danger. He's under the tower. Here's Rebo with a follow-up, though. They're fighting under the Zaman Force again. Yaknu, that turtle buff, really keeping Carl TZ alive. And Rebo with a great Falling Star Moon on the back line. Finally able to equalize against ONIC in a big straight-up match.
Jay, he's trying. He's sizing up his man. And he will go in, and they will get the kill. So that was a good call coming up from him. But here comes the boss.
Here he comes.
Carl Z really
Carl
wants to
TZ.
get a kill, but doesn't want to get detached from the Salmon Force.
Oh my God, so smart for ONIC PH to just run away when they see that Zaman Force. They know that they don't need to force anything at all. Especially now that the turtle buff is going to be available for the taking. No more turtle buff on Carl TZ's Harif.
Okay, so Yaknu and Rebo going at it, and Rebo will just get away from there because he knows that the shields won't be as effective in front of Yaknu.
Yep.
And as a Yaknu, you know, the passive of Yaknu stands, the more times you hit him, the less you hurt.
Exactly.
So that means Esmeralda isn't a burst type of mage. She's more on the consistent damage DPS with the Stardust Dance and the Frost Moon Shields. So you don't really want to duel 1v1 Abaxia when
Yep.
you're in Esmeralda.
Because it's just difficult. It's just very difficult for you to do a burst. You know, Falling Star Moon doesn't do a lot of damage. It's more of the consistent hits on the Stardust Dance. And right now, the Wise is going to be in trouble. Put out to half HP. He's like bouncing back into the field. Even though there's a bouncing ball, it doesn't stop the Roger. And it's going to be Jay looking for a target here. He has that execute. He is itching to use it. But BREN Esports, they're going to stick together. And they're going to go for the push instead.
And look at Flap with a couple of recalls as well.
Of course. Can't go home without your sticker pack. It's always fun to know. I wonder what's the emote pack BREN Esports carries. I feel like they have a lot as well, aside from the teleport.
Oh, Wise. Wise!
Cheeky play there by
Stole
Wise.
that. Jay is here. No.
Very, very easily.
Can they catch up Jay? Jay is on the wrong side of the map right now. It's
Yeah.
like he wants to become BREN Esports or something.
Yeah, he's just trying to go into the base, seeing if he can regen from there. Apparently he can't, so he's going to be blocked by the towers. Wrong ID. You don't have an ID, you can't enter.
Okay, Cardzi and Rebo trying to check if they can take down Yaknu. Yaknu actually falls into the clutches of that Death Brush.
Oh, Yaknu, he's trying to sustain. He is very tanky as a Baksha, but you can't do that as much against Carl Teasy. And again, it's a trade. It's a 1-for-1 on opposite sides of the map, but it's going to be BREN pushing on the mid.
And look at this. BREN Esports gets that middle turret and they get the outer turrets onto the middle lane. ONIC-PH, that was a lapse in judgment. Someone should have, defended that turret. That turret was very important to their cause.
Big lapse of judgment there as well, for not leaving at least one guy to deal with the minion wave. I mean, that minion wave could have been dealt with very easily. Again, they were trying to go for a big play on the bottom and really was read out by BREN Esports, out-tempoed at that point. Item check.
Oh, let's try to check how much damage can Venus deal. He has the clock of Destiny and the Necklace of Durance. So there is still no high magic damage output item for Venus here. It's more on just messing up the regeneration that they have. For BREN Esports here, they know that ONIC-PH does not want to fight right now. They need a couple more items to actually make it work. But they actually let go of the Lord. That was a waste. If they just went straight for it,
I feel like it could have been taken down really
Yeah,
quickly, but
yeah.
they're not taking any chances. They know that Oni can be here in any bush, and they're right. Dealer is nearby. So is Yaknu. This could be big. Yaknu's rolling in. Flap TZ is the target. Sword is very low. 2 bars remaining on the health. Will get reset, and the re-engage is happening for BREN Esports. Exactly. Very low. The dive in by Rebo on the backline. Wise and Venus, they don't know what to do.
Oh, no.
Rough Waves makes a full impact on the Wise. He will get taken out. Yaknu's on the run, getting chased still by Pew Ocean Audi for the chase. And the Tyrant's Revenge slows down Dilar. He can't get out anymore.
oh my goodness, this is bad for the side of ONIC-PH. ONIC, they see Jay and okay, they got the minion. They got the minion through.
They got the minions through.
They got the minion through. They can take down these minions. They can take down these turrets. They want to.
Oh boy, Jay, he's nowhere to be found. He's trying to proxy on the top, on the mid lane. He's trying to stop some of the future minions coming in, but the bottom lane already of BREN Esports will get taken out. This is a big threat. Carl TC is there. He's charging it up. He does not have the Zaman Force. He can't go for the unlimited chrono dashes, but it's not enough. That'll be it. BREN Esports. That's a 2-0.
And they do it. Match point.
Match point.
BREN Esports.
Just like that, BREN Esports. They are feeling very good about themselves. Flap TZ, he's burning up. Will this be the match that will end Onyx's run for the finals?
It's the battle between the black and yellow and the white and black. And honestly, things are looking good for the black and yellow. This is going to be a battle in which ONIC PH changed the status quo of the finals when they defeated Aura PH for the first time this MPL-PH Season 6 playoffs. But then again, there's this status quo too of ONIC PH eliminating BREN Esports to make it to the grand finals. So that means
You've been here before.
we've been here before, but at a very different position. ONIC PH just one loss away from being eliminated in the MPL playoffs.
It's very big. This is a very big story, and we could be in for a big heck of a game 3. It is hot, and again, we have been through a time where ONIC Esports have defeated BREN. But, again, those are different times, different staff, different coach, and somehow different players.
I want my social media handles back. That's possible 1 or 2 followers.
Yeah, So,
no, let's just
we'll see
throw it
that
back
later.
to Wolf.
Let's just throw it to Wolf. Go ahead and analyze that for us.
From BREN Esports, Cortese was amazing. And my name is Wolf, your analyst, and we're gonna be talking about game number 2 in just a bit. Mapapaisip ka sa lineup ng ONIC PH, ang ganda sana ng unang 5. And BREN Esports, napuwersa sila ng ONIC na mag-pick ng Harith. Well, we have not seen Cortese play the Harith, but we know kahit pa tumingin ka actually a few seasons back, sobrang lupit ng performance itong si Cortese with the Harith at hindi naman din nawala yung bigay nun. I would say though, the biggest factor here para sa side ng BREN Esports was that last picked Kadita. Etong Kadita na to ay kukuha ng Petrify at makakuha ng free access to the backlines. Kung ang isang Natalia ay nakakapunta sa backlines dahil sa kanyang invisibility at sa kanyang execution potential, ang isang Kadita naman ay may free pass to any part of the backlines dahil sa kanyang rough waves. Crowd control immune at syempre sobrang deadly ng Petrify into rough waves or kung ano man ang combo niyang gagawin. At nakita natin yan meta in this game. Now, backshot pick coming out from ONIC PH was good. Maganda siya laban sa double sustain lineup ng BREN Esports as well as Khalid. This first pick from ONIC PH. Alam naman natin na paborito din yan ng ONIC PH. Siguro dito tayo nadalis dun sa last pick nga naman na Kadita ng BREN Esports. Now, Cortese dealt so much damage. That's 62k. And if you're looking at the other members of BREN Esports, ganun din naman, malaki yung ambag nila. We want to look at ONIC PH. Ang ganda ng performance ni Wise on this Roger, but it's just that na-check siya ng kanyang mga kalaban. That's the nitty-gritty of things. But I think na mas maganda nating tignan ang mismong mga highlights ng ating laro. I want to say, hindi ganun ka-importante yung mga initial na clashes. Kasi para sa BREN Esports, ang kailangan nilang lang gawin ay makapag-farm si Harith. That's exactly what they did. The fact that ONIC PH is always chasing BREN Esports, lagi sila naghahabol, lalong-lalo na kay Cortese, doon na nagulo yung plano ng ONIC PH. Parang dahil nga naman, lagi nilang hinahabol etong si Harith at hindi siya namamatay. Tulad nga sinabi ng mga casters natin na parang eto yung paborito mong kampe sa patintero kasi hindi siya natataya. Well, you have to agree with that because Harith in this particular game did not die once, not even once. At yung ONIC PH masyado naghabol for that. You can see the highlights perhaps kung gaano kalaking epekto ng mga paghahabol na yon ng ONIC PH. You see na maganda ulit ang start ng ONIC PH, just like in game number 1. But come the mid game, dun na lumalabas yung mga trade-off. Sabihin na nating nakakapatay ang ONIC PH, but not Harith. And you want to eliminate the Harith as much as possible para hindi siya makapag-farm. So, even when there are kills para sa ONIC PH, kahit nakapag-farm, yung mga supports din nila, hindi valuable yung mga nakakuha kills. Like this one, Wise was able to survive and get a kill onto 1. Pero anong kapalit? His own life. Cortese, he's safe. And this will happen over and over again. Kaya comfortable si Cortese. Maraming beses nakakamunti ka na si Cortese. Pero nakakatakbo pa rin siya because of the nature of the hero and the fact na protektado siya ng mga kuya niya sa BREN Esports. Cortese was also amazing. And the Rebo Esmeralda, sobrang reliable. I want to say though, this is the play na talagang nahanap nila si Wise. As you can see, that play from few, kaya nila nahanap si Wise and it spelled the doom already of ONIC PH. Without the damage dealer ng ONIC PH, wala silang nagawa. And I think that come the next games, kung gustong makabawi ng ONIC PH, they have to save their Wise King, or kung ano man tawag nila kay Wise. But man, everybody else from ONIC PH is doing great individually. But this guy, Few, outdid them in that particular game. Napakagandang hanap doon sa huling-huling clash na nakita natin na stun niya agad si Few at na-control niya. And dahil doon ay nanalo na nga ang BREN Esports. Man, who would have thought that this will go to a match point agad, 2-0. Very close game 1, little bit close to game number 2. Let's see kung magtutuloy-tuloy na ang dominance ng BREN Esports. If you are here to support BREN Esports, mas maganda scan nyo na rin tong QR code na to to show your love and support for the team. But if you are part of the other ones na gustong sumuporta naman sa ONIC PH at magpuwersa pa ng Game 4, tapos siguro Game number 5, well, scan this QR code. And syempre, gusto rin natin na ma-keep etong community natin sa MPL-PH. If you do want that to happen for more, naku po, visit nyo lang tong QR code na to, and syempre fb.com/mplph.official. We'd also like to hear from you guys, so we would love it if you scan this QR code, answer the survey, pati na rin yung susunod na survey form natin dito so that we can get your feedback for MPL-PH. Mga kaibigan, this is such game number 2 of a best of 5. Hindi pa tapos ang karera ng ONIC PH, pero yung BREN Esports, ramdam na nila yung path nila pabalik sa Grand Finals. Dahil nag-stay ka dito ngayon na nanonood ka pa rin, itong para sa'yo isang giveaway code. Actually, 3 giveaway codes ang pinapamigay natin every time na natatapos ang ating mga laban. So kung gusto pa na mas marami pang giveaway codes, mukhang kailangan mo na sumuporta sa ONIC PH para mas marami pa tayong laro. But if you want this to end agad, nako, mukhang BREN Esports, they're on a good trajectory. The momentum is there, mukhang madami pa silang bala. And this is time for BREN Esports maybe reaching into the finals once again. Maraming salamat po sa mga nanonood. Marami pa tayong mapapanood. And fortunately for us, bago pa tayo pumunta sa actual na winning moment, kung mati 3-0 man to, dahil nga nasa match point na, punta muna tayo doon sa malulupit nating analyst sa match point analysis segment natin. My name is Wolf, passing it back once again. Isa pang wild animal out there. Leo, what's up?
Thank you so much, Wolf. From one analyst to another, my name is Leo, also called a panel host, joined here by Chin and Paolo. I don't want to call you Chin Valdez anymore kasi hindi ko alam kung ano status ng last name mo eh. What did your dad say? What did Mr. Valdez say? Ginoong Valdez, tumawag ba? Nag-text? Kasi mukhang nagmamadali yung BREN eh.
Hindi na niya ako kinokontak.
Non-responsive?
Oo, feeling ko medyo delix ngayon. Tsaka, I don't know, like for that last game, feeling ko, kasi malalakas talaga kami mga TZ. Ako si Chin TZ, si
Flap TZ, Game 1, Carl TZ,
Hajizi. Yan, malalakas talaga kami mga may easy sa pangalan.
But jokes aside, ladies and gentlemen, let's look back at what happened here in this series. Isang best of 5, and again, it looks like BREN wants to go on the speed track to the grand finals. Ito ang game 1, their draft. Ling ni Carl TZ, nagwawala. Only conceded 1 death. And of course, the MVP of that game, the Yuzhong on Flap TZ. Sa kabila naman, ONIC, medyo maganda eh. They revealed their side lanes very early. Yun ang nanonood natin sa draft. The Barats and the Atams on Dilar and Iaknu. Pero pag-usapan natin yung very last pick, yung Rafaela. We were noting that it could have been Akadita.
But yung problema kasi doon guys is di natin alam kung naglalaro na Akadita si Venus.
Yes.
Di pa niya nire-reveal. I don't know if it was a panic pick sa Raf. We all know na naglalaro siya ng Raf.
Oh yeah, since season 4.
So yeah, ito nga yung nasa keys to victory natin. Maybe exploit Venus's hero.
Choke it out.
And baka nangyari yun sa game 1. Okay?
Yeah.
Actually, meron siyang kadita sa ano niya sa hero pool niya. It's just that di ko alam kung baka last minute choice lang talaga. Rafaela lang.
Okay.
Pero I'm pretty sure na merong kadita si Venus sa hero pool niya.
Something tells me this was a reactive choice, and maybe they underestimated exactly how much BREN wants to push in. This is what I'm calling this lineup, yung push forward lineup. Kasi tinan mo, dire-diretso sila. They don't want to pull back, right? You have the Dragon form on the Yuzhong, you have the Khalid with the Raging Sandstorm, Rebo just wants to keep dancing, forcing the Esmeralda into you. And again, we noted the teleport on
Teleport on Luoyi.
Fuse Luoyi, papasok, di ba? So, I guess, ang inisip dito ni Oh My Venus, we can all only really speculate what the Queen was thinking is, gusto ko may pagbakbakan. I also want to push forward, and I'll do that with heals and speed boosts.
Actually, okay naman yung ginagawa nila, di ba? I think game 1 and 2, ONIC was on a roll. Like, maganda yung early game nila.
Early game.
Yeah. But mid-game to late game, dun biglang
Always,
bumabawi ulit yung BREN.
But that is because they always get outscaled. Katulad ng sa first game, Yisun Shin lang yung main DPS nila. They cannot kill a Yuzhong, an Esme, and a Ling that just jumps around and flies around with just a Yuzhong. Barats doesn't give you enough DPS. Si Tamus as well, they're like more of a semi-tank. Rafaela obviously not gonna give you any more damage.
The ult is a skill shot na may stun, pero yun nga, isa lang yun. So I guess they needed more from the Queen here, and I think hinanap nila yun. Sabi nila, okay, Venus, mag-Farsa ka na. Alright? And they put J on the Natalia. Let's talk about this Natalia. It has a 50% win rate today. I think so, yes. Hayes used it earlier to harass Benny Cutie. It's good. Dito medyo nabitin. What happened?
The way ONIC uses Natalia kasi, si Jay lang kasi Natalia talaga sa kanila eh. And if they want Jay to get this Natalia, kailangan syempre may tankiness rin sila sa side lane, which, yun nga, Baxia side lane. And then we end up having Khalid with a lot of sustain on the second skill heal. But the problem with this draft kasi sa ONIC, guys, is walang peel. Walang peel para kay Roger. Ang makita niyo naman kanina, inultian ni Esmeralda si Roger. Mag-isa lang si Roger talaga. Walang magpipil sa kanya. How exactly do you peel a Roger with an Esmeralda chasing you and ulting you, Tamus jumping on you, Harith dashing around, and then you have the Kadita with the Petrify knockup combo and with the burst.
Yeah, it's so hard to counter and to check what BREN is putting on the table. And let's note here, Carl Tizzy back-to-back with that Ling, impressive performance. On this Harith, all the more, not conceding a single death.
Yeah.
At ang maganda sa ginawa ng BREN dito, Coach Ducky, you crazy man, they drafted most the heroes that counter Harith.
Right.
You got the Esmeralda, you got the Kufra, and then you call it a day.
Yes, they actually denied pick the Kufra. Okay, it was on the second phase of the ban. And yung ONIC, nagban sila ng Valir, which was kind of questionable for me kasi yes, na-pick na yung Farsa, but Farsa could have been a side lane, you know.
Like Toshi does.
Yes, nakita na natin si Farsa side lane. And then, Madame Venus could have used like Valir to counter the Kufra and the Esmeralda.
To push him back.
Yes, that could have been an option. And Necklace of Durance as well.
I don't know. Chin, which was the more impressive Carl Tizzy play to you? The way he used the Ling or the way he used the Harith?
Para sa akin, maybe yung sa Ling. Only because here, BREN showed me something also na kung napansin mo yung endgame stats, tatlo yung silver ng BREN eh. But they still won, and then walang death yung Harith.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, I think it was like a huge team effort compared to yung talagang mechanical prowess lang talaga ni Carl Tizzy on his assassins with the Ling. So, ayun. I think if we're just talking about Carl Tizzy, maybe it's still on his Ling.
You still like the Ling. Numbers will say Harith, but you like the Ling.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to quickly point out, the Kadita is actually a super good pick, last pick here for BREN. Because kung iisipin nyo guys, yung Khalid, pag nag-heal, he is a stationary target. And Kadita could just literally use second skill to cancel that heal and force Khalid to move para hindi na siya nag-heal. Same thing with Farsa. Pag nag-ulti si Farsa guys, stationary target siya. Pag may second skill ka ni Kadita, it's forcing you to get not use your ulti and get out of there. So yeah, super well played from Coach Daki.
Yeah. So now we kept saying after seeing the MPL Indonesia finals, lalabas ang mga hero na to. And now we're seeing Kadita become a more normal part of Fuse arsenal.
Right.
And of course, the Eudora for Venus, it showed up yesterday. Today it was respect banned for game number 1
for second phase.
Yeah, and even second phase. I don't know what ONIC has to do here.
I don't know too. Baka like I said earlier, baka ipasok nila sa basic. Hopefully, this is like their last resort. Hail Mary. They need something. It
Show
seems
us
like
a 1-2-2 possibly.
Yes, their original plan did not work. They need something new to surprise BREN if
So,
they want to win.
just in general, what you're saying here, Paolo, is playoffs mode ONIC PH is not enough to face off against playoffs mode BREN. So they need something else. They need a shot in the arm. They need an injection of power. San manggagaling yon? We're throwing out all of these possibilities, but in the end, manggagaling ito sa ONIC PH. It's gonna come down to the shoulders of Coach Rio. He has to make the right decision here, and the players need to execute. Can they do that? Can they force a game number 4? We'll see. BREN sitting happy and comfortable at 2-0, and they are 1 game away from locking an Omega versus BREN Grand Finals. Kakapit pa kaya? Hashtag all for ONIC. Your team needs your support right now. Hashtag BREN lang malakas. Uuwi ba tayo ng maaga? We're about to find out. Let's get into game number 3.
Thank you so much, Leo, and the rest of the panel, Sushin Valdez and Paolo Expert. We are here on possibly the last game for this series. It is BREN Esports versus ONIC PH on a 2-0 in favor of BREN. And I'm thinking it's not over yet. I'm thinking it's not over yet.
It's not over yet. I mean,
I have a good feeling. I'm not with any team here, obviously. But I have a good feeling this is going to be a long night. I don't know. I've seen, you know what, one of the reasons why, I've seen ONIC, I saw ONIC on my way to the restrooms.
Yeah.
I passed by them. They didn't look too phased.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw them as well, but yeah.
I looked at them too, and they look somewhat kind of jolly. I mean,
they do.
Those are the faces of people who haven't not lost any kind of hope yet.
Yes.
To make it in the grand finals. Now, this is going to be a tall order for them though to make it in. They need a 3-0 sweep.
This is what we were talking about. You were talking about, right? The reverse sweep. That's almost impossible, right? That's almost very rarely happens in esports, in any esports.
Yeah, you see that happen once or twice, but then again, that's probably like 2 out of 10 events that happen.
Yeah,
so it might be smaller than that though.
Yeah,
but
less than once a year, probably less than once every few months.
Could this be the reverse sweep of the year?
I don't know, man. But we'll definitely find out as we head into the draft here for Game 3 of BREN Esports versus ONIC PH. Now, that Natalia definitely was not what they were looking for, right? It had a shining moment, but Jay might look a lot more comfortable with primary tanks instead.
I feel that ONIC PH is trying to make this a bit complex for their side. In which that they were really trying to get the best heroes of the meta. They were trying to, fix their playstyle around BREN Esports. But the thing is, the more stuff you try to adjust, the more loopholes BREN Esports find. You know what made them lose that game number 2?
Yeah.
That perfectly placed last pick Kadita.
Yeah, it's like, you don't expect that anymore, right? It's very difficult to expect. So when it popped up, I'm pretty sure like the plans were shattered, right? It's just let's put it this way: what team picks 3 mages these days?
Yeah,
they already had the Harif, already had the Esmeralda. Who would have thought they would still pick the Kadita?
Your team.
That's just even no matter who you are, you would be surprised by that, no matter how good your team is.
You could say that BREN Esports right now is actually rearing to stop the rampage of ONIC Esports. ONIC PH has been getting a lot of wins recently, especially that 3-0 win against Aura.
Yeah, that was just...
Man, that was. Did you expect that? I did not expect that.
Absolutely,
I put
unexpected.
them. I told myself that ONIC PH could win that, and they probably have a higher probability to win that, but not in a 3-0 setup.
Yeah, just like, oh my gosh, seriously, they had so many opportunities to slip up, but they didn't, right? So 3-1 was what we were expecting, 3-2, but not 3-0, absolutely. So absolutely a big surprise. So now we are into the picks. And BREN Esports, they see a Urine's opening. They said, you know what? This looks good. This looks good. We'll pick it up. There's gonna be an Esmeralda pick for ONIC. They know it, but they're ready for it. That's what BREN Esports is showing right now.
Yeah, and Uranus on flap 100% player win rate. Rebo probably has that as well.
There you go.
Esmeralda and Thams ONIC PH got the best side laners of the game, and right now they're going back to basic. Not basic, but back to basic.
He's out there, but
he's out there. He's not playing right now. But then again, ONIC PH going back to basics. This is very standard. Season 5, Season 6 drafting. You get 2 of the best side laners and you just put it there. It's a good balance between magic damage and physical damage, and it's a perfect mixture of tankiness as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Mage tank is the official description for the Esmeralda. Absolutely useful in situations where you want to kind of diversify the amount of damage that you output. Forza, wow, what a classic BREN Esports pick right there. And this is something that the BREN Esports lineup right now, it's not too different from what we usually see. Although, because of the Lancelot and the Ling ban, we are going into the marksman territory. Possible Yi Sun Chin's coming out, possible Claude's coming out here. Or will we see something new? That's the big question.
But I like BREN Esports first 3 picks. Steady. They showed their best side lanes. They made their side lanes so strong right now to their side that they can go up against Esmeralda and the Thams. Now, Eudora, that actually stops BREN Esports from getting a lot of these, how do I say this? These pesky heroes that go for retribution, especially the Ling, the Claude, a Lance could probably be in the list as well. Because that is a reliable stun. You don't have to go for any kind of skill shot when you're gonna use the Eudora. You just press it, and if it doesn't get disjointed, Eudora innately has a way to burst you down as well.
And on the second bans, I can still see some. You know what if they target Carl TZ? And they go for a removal of the Yuzhong just to make sure the Eudora doesn't die. Doesn't get disrupted right off the bat. And the Yi Sun Shin ban. Whoa! Seriously, BREN Esports. They're thinning out the carry picks for this matchup. A lot of the main priority carries being banned out in this third game.
YSS was banned from the side of ONIC. They don't want those kind of heroes now. Roger was banned, so there's no Roger Wise that's gonna come out. What will ONIC PH do? Will they go for a Lance? They could go for a Lance.
Yeah, probably. No, Lancelot was banned out.
Oh, they did ban out the Lance.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Like they thinned out the carry pool, Lancelot and Ling.
So who do you pick right now? You have Claude, probably. I think a Hellcurt could be good.
Yeah, Hellcurt's probably in the pickings here for ONIC PH. And again, Claude is very much open. Harith also get banned out by BREN Esports, really forcing ONIC into a very tough spot in terms of the carry role. If they don't pick a carry now, they are gonna get out picked in that area.
It's hard, but they have to deliver. Okay, ONIC PH, they took out Wise's Harith. So now, who are they left with? There are only a couple of heroes right now on the carry pool. And carry is a good pick for the side of ONIC PH. Probably a 1-1 as well. They could go for a 1-1 side lane, then just get an Esmeralda mid lane for, well, Hellkurt is going to be their answer. How will BREN esports deal with this?
It's already a given. I think that's the only way to pick it up. If they didn't pick it up, there's actually a big possibility that BREN esports might go for it. Claude, nothing too different there. Nothing at all. Now a tank. And I'm spelling the Kufra, but Lusty can go for something else. He goes for a Baksha. Okay, there you go. Something that can kind of live through a Claude, live through a Hellkurt, live through a little bit of the hurting from this FAMS, and you know what? Something else that could come out from Jay. It's gonna be the big question. Big tanks. Something that could have been picked up by Jay was this Baksha, and now it's denied as well by BREN esports.
Oh my goodness, this is ONIC PH with their final possible pick for the series. ONIC, who are you picking for a tank? You can go Kufra right now. Yeah.
Yeah, they go for the safe.
As expected.
They go for the safe pick, as you can see. ONIC still looking really confident here with Coach Rio right there going for his exit. We're going to go straight into the game very soon. And again, possibly the last game for tonight. We will see if ONIC PH can climb their way out of this big ditch that BREN esports has put them in.
Talent. It's what these teams are full of. But BREN esports, they've been winning in terms of execution. They've been winning in terms of draft. But right now, this is the moment of truth for the side of ONIC PH. How do you deal with BREN esports lineup? They got the Uranus. They got the Claude. They got all the heroes that they're comfortable with. Now, for the side of ONIC, it's not about wanting to win this the game. It's more about needing to win this game, because they could have wanted to win game 1, game 2, but never game 3. Because game 3, man oh man, this will actually determine their tournament life. How long are they gonna stay on this stage? Will it be extended? Will it be halted at game number 3? Who knows?
We'll have to find out as we go straight into the game here for Game 3. BREN esports versus ONIC PH in the semifinals of the MPL Season 6 playoffs.
This is going to be really interesting for the side of ONIC PH. How do you find Wise as a Hellkurt?
It's going to be very, very difficult, man. I've never seen Wise play a Hellkurt well before. And I was expecting it to go to Iaknu, but again, Iaknu is still sticking to this his FAMS. I mean, it's completely different. And Dilar is off-roll as well a little bit. He's still off-lane, but you know what? You always expect Dilar to go for the FAMS this time around.
If you staying,
that was a little weird.
Yeah. He was staying there, and Iaknu bring the fight to Rebo.
First blood already.
Brought the fight to Rebo.
Yep.
I like it.
Absolutely. There you go. Of course, for October 27th to November 13th, don't forget, guys, log into the game and participate in Trickster's Village event. Get the Halloween candies for the treasure spins. 7 spins will get you 10 spins will get you guaranteed Terizla's special skin, Hammer Giant. Check it out in-game.
So now you can see Lusty rotating with this Baksha. And they actually kind of changed roles or changed heroes, to be honest. Kufra was on Lusty last game, but it was Iaknu on the Baksha on the previous game too. So they kind of just switched it up a bit. But you know what? Right now, let's look at the preparations. It's going to be Rebo on the Everest, and they got 2 kills on Rebo already.
Rebo is getting hammered really hard here on the bottom side of the map, and X is gonna be few. Whoa! Hold on there. Hold the door. What is happening here on the bottom side of BREN esports?
Okay, so right now Lusty is going to drive and going to try to, fix that bottom lane problem that you're having right now. And it seems to me that Uranus is put into the middle lane for a bit, just trying to get a bit of a gold in there, as to not be behind. Whoa,
look at that!
A lot of pickups happening. 0-4 for ONIC-PH. They're in the zone.
They're in the zone indeed. In the zone for now. Again, BREN Esports, they're slowed down. They're playing a little bit sloppy in this game. Misposition after misposition. They're being caught by ONIC-PH all the time. Very aggressive play once more for Carl TZ. Tries to go for the wave, and Yaknu waits on the BMI.
He just goes out.
He just walks
casually.
out.
He walks out casually.
Doesn't even need the BMI.
He knew that the slaughter blades are there.
Another burst. Again, because of the Baksha passive, he's able to survive for a long time there. Lusty is going to be able to make it out just in time.
Okay, for Carl here, what ONIC-PH is doing is they're trying to take the fight to Rebo and Flap. The other members here of BREN Esports is who they are pressuring, not Carl. As we all know, if Carl gets the items, if the others aren't okay in terms of items, then that means Carl is the only enemy.
Yep.
And they only have to take out Carl.
And Carl is just going to be an easy target until we reach a certain point where he has 2 items. For now, even if he has a double buff, he's still not going to be as strong as he should be. And that is the opening that ONIC-PH can kind of abuse.
And as you can see here, Kartzy getting all the farm prioritization in this game, and Lusty went over his former teammate. And they are just gonna go to that trap coin. They want to get that Wise as well here with the turtle buff, extra protection, and let's look at the net worth here for both of the teams.
Maximum net worth so far.
Look at Yaknu and Rebo's gold.
Woo!
And BREN.
Wait!
BREN,
Oh, that's gonna be a
they go
secure.
in. He goes out, and Flap is safe.
Flap is safe and sound there on the back line. BREN Esports. And that is just what's happening to BREN Esports positioning Lusty. That they are caught out in a very weird and relatively safe area.
Rebo is getting pushed out of his own lane.
That's Yaknu. Carl TZ helping out a little bit with the minions. There's a damage output from the Claude. Slows down Yaknu as well. Forced out Cotter Inferno. And yeah, a little bit more sloppy, but this time around, BREN Esports is looking for it.
Okay, so look at this. Oh my Venus just staying near the brushes. She wants Eudora wants to see Few get in the range for the burst. If he can get his hands always on Few, then that's going to be one less problem to think about for a couple of seconds.
Yeah. Again, every time, every moment that you can afford to buy, you take it.
Oh, Dilar. Okay.
Dilar could be in trouble.
She's gonna get away.
But again, those are just a few of the tankiest members of BREN. They're fine with that. Feather airstrike in the middle lane. That's gonna be a Kufra jumping in. That's Jay. No fear at all for Jay in this Kufra. A lot of trust in his teammates. They go for the turtle now.
And BREN Esports don't really aim to get anything out of this early game. What they want to do is they really just want to secure the late game from themselves. And as long as Kartzy is farming, Kartzy is at level 10. He's doing fine.
He's doing absolutely fine. I think Carl TZ is one of those people that just, he can farm out even if he's behind. That's just how good he is. So I'm not, that's not what the point of contention should be. Point of contention should be whether or not they're going to get towers. And they are. They're getting towers, BREN Esports. They get some of that gold back, but they're still behind by 3 points, 3K.
Okay, so BREN, how do you deal with this? I mean, for them, this is actually kind of a big lead for the side of ONIC. This is probably the biggest lead that they had. Well, I think there's a 4 to 5K range on those leads. But you know what? For BREN Esports, this is not out of hand. They can just come back from this. And Kartzy hasn't joined any fights yet. Now, for ONIC, they need to make sure that Oh My Venus gets his items on time. Rebo here just doing the swerve, but it won't really matter as Wise has the physical attacks to make this count. And Flapsy On the range of Venus, will he go for that ultimate? Yes, he
Oh
will.
yeah, we'll be catching off of Venus. Whoa. That was just very, very ballsy. Again, Wise doing his very best. Go for the bottom lane turret instead. No one's defending. No one's going back.
And there's Lusty.
Oh, there's Lusty. There's Lusty. All right, will it be enough though? Carl TC's so greedy under the towers. And his greed is very much well placed. They go for the turret. This is a very fast take here. Could be
Oh
bad.
no, Wise.
Oh, Wise, you're not going
Wise.
anywhere.
This is checkmate for you. You cannot get out of that. And you guys bullied Rebo for the longest time. Lusty made sure to return the favor.
Absolutely. With a little bit of assist from Lusty, they're able to make it work. And Rebo, he's back on the clock. He's doing the split push on the bottom lane while the rest of the team is going for the turtle. And again, ONIC is not going to be in any position to take that.
And
Try to
this
go for it.
is where the fun starts for the side of BREN Esports. ONIC-PH, they could not hold on to that lead that they set up into the early game. This is bad for the side of ONIC. They have to make this count. They have to weather the storm. This is their final chance to make it back and make this to BO3 once again.
Yeah, you got to make it to a VO3 if you want to keep your tournament goals alive. Here we go, Carl TZ with a lace duet under the tower. Yaktu cannot respond in time.
Wise. Guardsy, he's so good.
Oh, Jay! He catches!
Okay.
Big catch on Carl! He's shut down! And that will be the rest of BREN Esports. They're thinking, should we go? They're going to be able to get Jay. They're fighting off under. Oh, they're feeling confident. They want to go. And Rebo is the one who's doing the damage output in the middle of that fight.
Guardsy, that was a good catch. Jay making it, jumping in front of him, and making things better for the side of ONIC. But you know what? This is the Gillette instant replay. Let's watch that again, ladies and gentlemen. Jay going in, catches him with his ultimate. But look at Few and the others. They fight in a very narrow area. And who makes the most out of that? Rebo makes out of that.
Rebo
makes the most
likes
out of that. Flap
Rebo.
on the Khalid likes that. Lusty, his ultimate, he likes that as well.
Literally boombaya for BREN Esports here in the middle of in between big walls. Like your enemy can't go anywhere. Like they're absorbing your AoE. That's how bad that was.
And BREN Esports,
they're suddenly in the lead in gold.
4 turrets on their side. This could be another 3-0.
You can't
for
believe
the
it.
side of ONIC-PH, for the side of BREN Esports, rather.
There's
And
no way.
Will this be hit for ONIC?
They're crumbling. ONIC-PH had it. They had huge momentum.
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
this
man.
is bad. Guardsy is at level 14 already. They took him once. They took him down once, but look at Wise. Wise is at 13. They need to fight Guardsy. Doesn't have Purify.
That's right. That is a retribution clause.
Yeah, they have to find him and they have to take him out, and Bilar gets punished once again.
Oh, the punish. Oh my gosh. Seriously though.
Oh.
That is just, okay. That is just absolutely monstrous here. BREN
And
Esports.
Card was like, okay, you can deal with that. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out. Just go
Cool,
ahead.
Mic drop, goes to the middle lane.
I don't need the KDA anymore. I might be at 200 already. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Jay gets got out, faded airstrike, one more will hit. Actually, 4 of those connect. Jay will get away with a flicker.
That hurts. Now, it's gonna be the Lord. It's Lord time, ladies and gents. Are they gonna wait for 12 minutes? I think they will.
Are we going to have new grand finalists for season 6?
Apparently so. And BREN Esports, they've been trying to do this ever since season 3.
Season 4.
Did they not get in season 3?
Season 3, they made it in.
Oh yeah, season 4. Season 4. There you go. But they have been so itching to get into the finals.
And this is the beginning of the end. If ONIC-PH cannot do anything at this point, BREN Esports will take this 3-0. And if you're an ONIC-PH fan right now, make sure you guys just raise your hands up.
Give them your energy.
Give them your energy. Go for the ONIC-PH a spirit bomb or something.
Yeah.
Throw it to
do
BREN Esports. Throw it to ONIC PH. Just give them the energy that they need. It's still possible for them to make this work. But Lord has been slain.
Yep, that is the enhanced Lord. The Luminous Lord there for BREN Esports, waiting until 12:00 before they actually engage it. That is the right way to get that Lord. And I think this should be it. We're close to the end here. All you gotta do here is pray that ONIC makes the right decisions each and every time. But will the right decision be enough?
And this is an enhanced Lord. This will bump through the turrets. And they catch out Jay.
Okay, Jay with the Tyrant's Rage. Not gonna be enough. The tank is down. The tank is down for ONIC PH.
And there goes the TP, the recall, and they are marching on. BREN Esports, they've been itching to eliminate ONIC PH because they wanted to return the favor. Dilar trying to get away. Dilar will go down on the hands of Carlzy.
That's gonna be it. That's the last push. Yapnu's trying to hold out, but that's not gonna be enough. A triple kill for Carl Teasy, and that is a win! Your next grand finalist is BREN Esports.
And Flapsy choking himself out.
Yeah.
And his first playoffs is going to be his first grand finals appearance as well.
Man.
Rookie season. And Flap keeps on choking. Because everyone was there. Everyone
keeps telling them that
BREN
they're
keeps on choking.
Yeah, in the playoffs, not anymore apparently.
Not anymore. I actually put down my glass for that. I just wanted to see if I'm seeing right. Okay, now it's back.
Now we're back, and that is going to be it. ONIC PH is eliminated from grand final contention. They will return tomorrow for the battle for third against Execration. But again, that is it for the championship dreams. We will have different set of grand finalists for tomorrow.
I am speechless.
I really am.
We did not expect.
We're expecting a close fight, man. These two teams.
Okay,